Hello everyone, and welcome to another fight against Arch-Tempered Kulve Taroth. We're on the PlayStation 4. My character still has not quite reached level Hunter rank 50. Let's see, what am I at? I'm at Hunter rank 48. So we gotta finish grinding monsters to get to Hunter rank 50, and in the meantime we're gonna be picking up some sweet Kulve Taroth loot, which is what we're really after today. Alright, did you guys like my thumbnail? I like to poke fun at politics sometimes. We do a little Joe Biden thumbnail. He's a little too affectionate. Let's go ahead and empty out our item loadout. He's a little too affectionate sometimes. Let's just say he's a very touchy person. We're going to go ahead and start pursuit. Oops, not that. Pursuit level 1. As you guys know, we do track farming. That means we sniff Kulve Taroth's feet. On pursuit 1, everyone is expected to gather tracks and scattered gold chips, but we do not attack Kulve Taroth or the Gajalakas. And if everyone in the session does this, and you are required to do this if you've joined my session, if everyone does it, we get to pursuit level 4 easily, sometimes pursuit level 5 even, and then our second run is just a regular attack run. Also, if you're curious about my loadout, I am a very low level hunter, but I'm doing tons of damage because I have the Witcher set on. I have the Geralt set on, and this is giving me weakness exploit 3, is giving me attack boost 2. I have 2 levels of attack boost, that brings it up to 4. And the weapon I'm using happens to be a Kulve Taroth weapon that I recently unlocked. The Taroth Hammer Sleep is amazing. Right, I would normally eat for Chef's Choice Platter to get that stamina, but I'm just going to skip doing that. I don't need it. I don't need it. Depart on quest. How's it going, everybody? Reza says my sexy thumbnail is sexy. Angel M, how's it going, Angel M? Oh, my cat's meowing. She's like, let me in. Killer Smart says, wow, the stream delay is something else. Oh, no. I don't like stream delay. Bershogun, he says, how's the monster hunting going? Glad you're streaming today. I'm glad I'm streaming too. Yeah, we just started, so I couldn't tell you how it's going, though. Reza says, love your thumbnails. If you ever make merchandise, please include a thumbnail, t-shirt, or hoodie. Joe Biden sniffing Kulve Taroth. That'd be funny. Oops. Ooh, we'll grab this right here. Boop. We should make some t-shirts, shouldn't we? I want to make a hanging with the boys t-shirt. That'd be funny. Blast Nut, Mandragora, and something regarding Kulve Taroth sniffing her feet. That'd be funny too. Grab our Bitterbug. As you know, I spend Pursuit 1 gathering all this sweet loot before jumping down to gather her tracks. Devil's Blight. We got honey. Honey? I always say that. Devil's Blight. Even more honey. Even more Devil's Blight. All the Devil's Blight. Boop. We'll jump down here. Here's a nitro shroom. And it's time to gather tracks. Senor Chicano asks, Gameconomist, he says no non-elemental boost? I don't know. I've got it. It's right there. What you talking about? I got it. Gameconomist, which armor is better, Geralt or Behemoth? If you're very poor, Geralt armor. If you have lots of decorations, go for Dragon Armor. Dragon Armor is going to be better. Dragon Armor is stronger by a lot, by the way. It's just that, in my case, I'm missing a lot of decorations. So I'm not really able to make the most use out of the Dragon Armor. Also, it's nice not having to heal as much. That's also pretty nice. Because, you know, Super Recovery and Recovery are both helping out here. Grab this God Bug. God Bug are useful. They make Demon Powders. They make Life Powders. Undead Human Cannonball asks, hey man, this is my first time catching you live, and if I get in, I will be happy to help. Good luck, it's probably full, man. Jump over here. We'll keep grabbing these mushrooms, so I love mushrooms. Nitro Shroom, Blue Mushroom. Wow, they're kind of lazy with the name of the Blue Mushroom, right? They could have just called Nitro Shroom Red Mushroom, but they gave it an actual cool name. But the blue mushroom, they're just like, what color is it? Name it that. All right, where are those tracks? Here they are. Rosa asks, hey Gameconomist, have you just started the stream or am I late? Nope, we just started. You are here very early, actually. This is our first run. We are probably only 20 minutes in. Grabbing me some Dream Core ores and a golden fragment. Perfect. See, I can sell those later, which helps because I'm very poor right now. I'm so poor. Very poor. Got their sleep herb. Reza says, how naive of you to assume that there is still place left. Yeah, exactly. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. We're full. We're full. No more spots. None at all. Sierra says, why aren't you dropping the boulders on her? Because I got a big boss brain, that's why. And I know exactly what I'm doing. And you drop the boulders because you don't know what you're doing. Sierra's like, you get research points from that? No, not necessarily. So when you drop the boulders, you're going to get the Gajalaka to dig underground, and they're going to come up with the scattered gold chip, which you can gather. But she also stops walking. And the Gajalaka make the scattered gold chips either way, so you don't actually need to do that. I've heard that dropping the boulders can make research points. However, when I research it, there's no evidence for this, so I don't believe it. Everyone's got all these different beliefs on what gives you points. Yeah, let me tell you what works. You don't drop the boulders, and you reach Pursuit 4 easily. Will you be doing behemoth runs again? No, never again. Ha 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 ha. How's it going, real Andrew Martin? He says, LMAO, why the thumbnail, Gameconomist? Because I love politics. Got Joe Biden getting real affectionate. Joe Biden's a fellow track sniffer as far as I'm concerned. I think that he would happily join us if he was playing. Arch-tempered waifu, that's right. Arch-tempered waifu. Ooh, I gotta sneeze, man. You ever feel that sneeze coming like a minute ahead of time? What do we got here? More scattered gold chips. Scattered gold chips. We'll go ahead and harvest this. Let's see what we get. Rosa likes the thumbnail as well. Research to see if dropping boulders count as researching and gives research points. I'm not going to do that. Stan Moreno says, YouTube actually dinged me this time to get in early for once. Just finished catching up on GU. A+ content. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. We're gonna be getting videos out soon too, so I'm gonna be able to focus all my time into streaming, and I'm gonna have an editor work on videos with me. I'll still be writing all of the script for the video, and I'll be doing the talking in the video, but he'll help me out by matching the visual content to it, and I think it's gonna be really sweet. But it turns out I've been editing for so long that I'm kind of good at it, and it's hard to find somebody who understands the whole process and has as much experience. So it's actually really hard to do that. For example, yesterday, I had a guy, he's working on a video for me, and he didn't really know what music to use, and I realized how picky I am about what music goes into my video. I never really noticed before, but I really have my own music style when I pick background music. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I kind of got to tell him what we're going to use. And yeah, it's hard to do that. Hard to learn all the stuff you'd already learned. It's like teaching it to someone else. Gameconomist, any traps, meaning even boulder traps, count as research points. That's okay, we're not dropping any boulders. Senior Chicano says, Gameconomist, do you think Joe Biden plays Monster Hunter in his spare time? Yes, and he sniffs Kulve Taroth feet. Can't speak. Sparks Carnival says, when you drop the boulders on Kulve Taroth, there's a pop-up that says 60 points. Isn't that research points? No research points allowed. Either way, we're not going to drop boulders on her. We don't need to. I'm not going to teach people to drop boulders. There's almost no need to at all. Let's see. Joe Biden, Hunter Rank HR 999. This is my first time in a Kulve stream. Always like to get some stuff done in Monster Hunter Gen or drawing while listening. Sweet. Red Rex Rule says it was at least 1 week since a normal video was released. Really? Just 1 week? I thought it'd been longer than a week. Hey, how's it going, David Larson? He says, hi, how do I donate? Not Super Chat. Oh, okay. So David Larson, there's a link in the description now. Is a Streamlabs donation link. It'll just say tips next to it, and when you use that link, it will cause Shuckle to pop up on my screen, and all of the donation actually goes to me rather than 30% of it going to YouTube. YouTube takes a hefty 30% of your donation, which is why I've taken time to learn how to add that Shuckle pop up, which I guess is why most streamers do it that way, because it's just 30% is too much. Twitch is 50%. Can you even imagine? It's like, whew, who are you really tipping? James Deneen says your music should be Michael Bublé greatest hits. I actually don't like Michael Bublé. I know other people like Michael Bublé, and I have enjoyed that style of music, kind of like Broadway style music. I have enjoyed that music genre in the past, but I particularly don't like the way he sounds. He's like annoying almost to me, like he's trying too hard. Pray to me, says Gameconomist. Okay then, I would love to join your Kulve Taroth run since I had to leave your session because of Toxic? Who? Harneil says your previous thumbnail of Indian covered in gold for Kulve Taroth was really epic. I loved the way he looked, actually. I loved how much gold he had on. Something about it is so like, I don't know. It's like it's gratuitous how much gold he was wearing, but he's also very chill while he's wearing it. That's why I thought that was such a great picture. He just seems very chill. He's like, yeah, I'm covered in gold. What's wrong? That's just how it is. Let's go ahead and get our fresh items. Actually, we'll grab this one. It has barrel bombs in it. We want those barrel bombs. And we'll sit down and have a meal. We're waiting for people to come back. Chef's choice platter this time. Man up and show your toxic masculinity. I don't really know what that means. There's no such thing as toxic masculinity. Join the siege. Let's see. We're waiting for 2 groups to come back. They'll bring it up to about 5. Killer Smart says Joe Biden bought his way into Hunter Rank 999. No, he didn't. Hey, thanks, Sparks Carnival. Sweet. What do you guys think of that Shuckle? You guys like that Shuckle? I actually changed it so that the pop-up would stay on a bit longer so that I would have a chance to see it myself. David Larson says, okay, thank you. Yes, Twitch and YouTube are greedy AF. Greedy as frick. Reza Shah says, what is your favorite food? Probably anything fish related. I'm a big fan of crab leg. I would say crab leg's pretty high up that list. Man, love crab leg. Pray to Me asks, that toxic guy you were waiting for to join your session and kicking guys to make room for him. Oh, I remember what you're talking about. That was a few days ago. Yeah, you know, I started the whole session up for him because he needed help with the behemoth. And the funny thing was, I sent him the session ID ahead of time. And then a few minutes later, I released it to everyone else, and he still didn't get in. So we were having so much trouble getting him into that match. Oh, cool. Oh, look at that. Pursuit level 6? Did we really just do that? Look at that, guys. We reached Pursuit 6 in one go. Nice job, everyone. Wow. I think that's the first time I've seen that. From Goth to Boss, we just won. We are going to have an easy run this time. Pursuit level 6 is hard to lose. Everyone's about to get a weapon now. Solaire asks, hoping for any reward in particular. You know, I got the one I wanted the most, the hammer. So I guess not. I'm just open to whatever I get. But yeah, I actually have most of what I want with this sleep hammer. Everything else is just extra at this point. Alright, and we've already eaten, so I guess we're just ready up. Let's see what everyone's bringing. Kale has Emperor Shell sticks. Solid build here. Here's Kadashi Kana 3. Not bad. Beast has Kiara Strong Arm Spark. This is going to do tons of damage. Perfect. Let's get started. 3 good builds. Prawn says, what are your thoughts on the bowgun's moves and changes in Iceborne? I'm still figuring out the new mods for the heavy bowgun, the Wyvern Heart mod and the Wyvern Snipe mod. They didn't feel like they made a big change to the bowgun. On the light bowgun, the reload mod is bad. There's the reload mod where you do the special roll and then you put 2 new ammo in the bowgun. It's just not useful. Finally, you had the counter Wyvern Blast mod, and that's a big deal. That's going to make the light bowguns way more competitive in terms of damage output. So that's a big win for the light bowguns. Otherwise, everything else seemed about the same. There's a nerf to cluster bombs, from what I understand. I'm totally in favor of that. Yep. They should have done it a long time ago, honestly. Game Addict says, once upon a time, a certain live stream was considered inappropriate by YouTube. The live stream was sending donations to a children's hospital or something like that, but because of YouTube, the donations reject. What? I don't know what you're talking about, man. Los Angeles, he says, hey, what's up, Gameconomist? Is there any other Kulve session for the PlayStation 4? Asking because the session gets full so quick. Well, you guys are totally allowed to set up a PlayStation 4 session while I'm streaming, and then you guys could just host like a parallel session. There's nothing wrong with doing that. Otherwise, I don't really know. I'm live. Oh. There we go. I still need to get the Taroth Sword Fire, but my PlayStation has decided to not read game discs. RIP. Oh, that sucks. Gameconomist tips Fedora. That's right. Checkmate atheists. Or religious people. Checkmate Christians. Alright. I only believe in science. Giant horns chipped. We are good on that. We're going to grab these barrels here, just because we can. We're going to grab this fire herb, just because we can. We're going to be running over here. Actually, where is she going to go? I don't even know. Large barrel. Come on. Where are you going, Kulve? Dude, this is Pursuit 6. She's just gone, man. She's going to get blown away so hard. I'm actually going to jump up here and grab some items. They don't even need me. They don't even need me. I don't even do that much damage anyways with my weapon setup. Just going to grab some stuff. Some stuff? Ever faced any toxic players in your years of playing Monster Hunter? Yeah, of course. Yeah, some really toxic players, actually. Oh no, I fell! How did that happen? Grab this blue mushroom, I guess. Some of the worst experiences I've had in the Monster Hunter community were by people who have been playing the game for a long time. I suppose that's to be expected, though. It's pretty normal. You get people who've been playing the game a long time. They get really elitist attitude. It's not fun, though, I gotta say. But I'm so used to it. I've been gaming pretty much my whole life, so I'm pretty used to attitudes like that. It doesn't really surprise me. It doesn't really faze me. It might faze somebody younger than me or somebody newer to gaming, but not me. In fact, video gaming these days is kind of not as toxic as it used to be. Video gaming used to be mostly just guys, and there'd be so much trash talking. Now video gaming is kind of like, people don't even talk anymore. They don't even get on the mic anymore, so you don't really see that as much. But on Reddit and on GameFAQs, it's been pretty rough, especially on Reddit, I would say. And GameFAQs is GameFAQs. It's always the same. Solaire says, suggest Kiara Strongarm Spark for Kulve farming, 250 damage when the mantle is hot. When the mantle is hot. Yeah, that's a great weapon. I would recommend it. What am I getting here? What? A dragon bone relic. That's all I ever needed. She is going to roar, and then we are going to be... I'll just hang here. I already know what she's going to do. She's going to sit there for a while, and then she's going to roar. Look, he says, all right, that should be enough gold for our research. Pfft. We're already done breaking her parts. We don't have any need to break her parts anymore. It's ridiculous. Prawn says, yes, I agree. Cluster nerf was justified. Wyvern Blast counter is awesome, and I hope they make it so dodge reloads the entire clip. It looks so nice. Currently, the way it works, you can give up 2 of your mod slots for... the reload mod, right? But let me tell you what will really happen. People will, instead of using that, they'll use the close range mod or the range up mod. That's what people will really use. They're not going to care about, unless they have an ammo type that does very high damage and very poor reload, they're never going to use that mod. Do you like the new Nargacuga fight? I think it's okay. Didn't blow my mind. I thought it was okay though. I have no complaints. Alright, we got 1 jump in. Let's get a 2nd jump in. Kamar, how's it going, Kamar? He says Pursuit 6 Kulve is paper Kulve. You actually have to be careful in Phase 4 to break the tail before the horns. That's right. Jack's like, when are we gonna have a PC stream? Man, I got all the stuff on PC, and on the Xbox is my PlayStation account that doesn't have anything. Woo! She's gonna dig right away. We're gonna roll away from her dig. Monster Hunter World subreddit is pretty nice and chill, so are the Meme Hunter and Monster Hunter subreddits. That's not my experience, Game Addict. I feel like the Reddits are kind of like, not to say something too cliched, but I feel like they're kind of like echo chambers, where you better say something popular and nice or get downvoted to heck. And that's my perception of the Reddits. I'm actually not a fan of the Reddits at all. I like the GameFAQs a lot better, and even GameFAQs is pretty toxic. Even GameFAQs. Yeah, you get some toxic personalities there. But there's actually 2 Reddit subreddits. Not Reddit. There's actually 2 Monster Hunter subreddits. So maybe we're thinking of different subreddits. That's probably the case. Oh, I think it's just the formatting of Reddit in general causes this though. So on Reddit, it's like you're rewarded for saying something that the majority agree with, and you're like punished for saying something that the majority disagrees with. So on Reddit, you're not really allowed to speak an unpopular opinion. You're really not. Hydra Amazing says, Gameconomist, I can't wait to see the new songs on Hunting Horn. By adding an attack song, they have so many possibilities. I totally agree. While Among It goes, Reddit is Circle Jerk City. That's exactly what I'm trying to say, but in nicer terms. But that's exactly it. What are you doing there, Kulve? Uh-oh, she's not after me. She's after somebody else. I thought she was after me. That sucks. What hammer is that, and what build? This is the best hammer in the game. It's called a Sleep Hammer. It's a Kulve Taroth weapon. And this build is just my Witcher build. It's the Geralt armor set. Alright, come over here, guys. Kumar says, Reddit is full of theoretical speedrunners who spreadsheet damage numbers and give advice, but can't play for the life of it. Ooh, what's she doing? Come on. Ooh. There we go. Yeah, I've met speedrunners who are nice, speedrunners who are not so nice. I don't know what the deal is with them sometimes. They get real mad. Come on, break this tail. Tail's broken. We're done with that. Very good. The downvote system is stupid in Reddit. Why hide comments? I know, right? I know, it's so ridiculous. It's like, you better say what we want you to say, or we're gonna hide you. What do you think of the changes of Sword and Shield and Iceborne? Not enough. Not enough. That's what I was saying when the weapon teaser trailers came out. I was saying it wasn't enough. And people were like mad at me, like I was being too... What's the word? Like I was being a downer, basically. But I was, you know, I wasn't. I was just being honest. I was like, what did they really change on the Sword and Shield? They have a normal combo that the Sword and Shield kind of already had, and now it's got like a jump grab, which I guess is okay. It's not like it's not like a mind-blowing change in my opinion. Like the clutch claw on every weapon is nice, but it's not like the central theme of the weapon in any case. Ooh. So we will have to see with the Sword and Shield. I suspect it will remain a very unpopular weapon. Sword and Shield is one of the least popular weapons, along with the lance, the gun lance, and the hunting horn. I think the hunting horn actually has the ability to move up in the rankings pretty heavily. Yeah, I think the hunting horn, they gave it a huge buff. So we will see with that, but the lance and the gun lance I think are actually going to remain near the bottom. And I think that Sword and Shield probably will too. Oh wait, we already did the we already did that. Let's get over here. Look at all this damage. Boop. Big bang time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, her horns aren't going to pop off because she hasn't enraged yet. She's going to enrage as soon as she stands up. Here you go. There, just like I said, she's going to enrage. Zerma says, I bet you want they add the oil. Yes, I would be happy with Sword and Shield oils. Now that I know what they are, after playing GU, I have a better idea. Red Rex Rule says they should have made all Sword and Shield raw, and you can take oils to add status and elements to it. Well, you never know. They could still do that. You never know. The game's not released yet. They just had their beta, so it's not released yet. Singard says Switch Axe and Charge Blade, even though how good they are, because of their complexity, they aren't popular. That's not true, actually. Charge Blade is consistently in the middle or in the upper middle. Same with Switch Axe. So I would not call them unpopular. They're actually a lot more popular than some of the other weapons like Lance, Gun Lance, Sword and Shield, and Hunting Horn. Komar Real says Gameconomist, Hunting Horn could be a mid-tier now in multiplayer. It'll be easily be to a tier with all those new mechanics. Oh, I see. He's saying it'll easily be B or A tier with all the new mechanics. We'll have to see. We'll have to see if people actually pick it up. Yeah, who knows? This will be a learning moment. The game prophet. What do you think of the Gunlance's sticky bomb thing? It's trash. I'm really disappointed considering Gunlance was kind of overshadowed by almost every other weapon. Was hoping for some solid buffs. Look, I think that they could take the new Wyvern Blast mechanic and they could make it a lot more fun. All they would have to do is strongly increase the damage, as well as increase the speed that the Worm Stake comes out. Increase the speed that the Worm Stake comes out. That's what I would do. Make it do more damage, let the Worm Stake come out faster. And that's all they really have to do, because if they do that, then yeah, it is kind of a cool new mechanic. But the way it is now, it just felt so weak in the beta. It felt so pointless and weak in the beta. James Deneen says, I hope they release Iceborne and it's just potato graphics and 2D models. Mr. McNomnom says, it looks like more people are going to play Insect Glaive with the update. At least they'll do damage now. Hey, thanks, Kiona, for the donation. He says, let me join. If only it was that easy. Let's check and see if anyone's on an expedition. How about that? We'll check and see if there's anyone to boot. If they're on an expedition, they get to boot. No, everyone's playing. Everyone's playing. You're just going to have to wait to see if somebody backs out, because it wouldn't be fair of me to boot them out. Maybe we'll have a special channel memberships and Patreons. What am I trying to say? Kulve session. There we go. A Kulve session just for Patreon members and channel members. That would be interesting. I've thought about doing it. I actually have enough people at this point to do something like that. I think I do. And what do we get? Wait. What's this? Glutton Gold Exploder, of course. Not what I want. That's okay. Oh, there's my conditioner. Kjar Sword Stream. So that's a new one. Tear Dagger's Fire. Tear the Sword Paralysis. Alright, the rest gets sold. Wow, man. It is stingy. Stingy, my man. They do not want you to have the good equipment. Alright, let's go ahead and get started. James Deneen says, Hammer became Sonic with KO damage. Sonic. Gotta go fast. How's it going, Peerless Rain? Thanks for joining the stream. Peerless Rain. Time for another P1 track sniffing run. Game Addict says, I can't post the link for the subreddit here. YouTube won't let me. Maybe that's for the best. It is for the best. Could you imagine if people could post links? People would come to my live stream and they'd just post links to other stuff. They'd be like, Lars Ulrich asks, no GU tonight? Well, it just depends. I don't normally do GU on the weekends. I normally do it on the weekdays. And the weekends I just play when I have an opening to play. Rosa O'Drawing says, congrats on 69,000 subscribers, by the way. Thank you very much. It's the best number, right? It's the funniest number. Kumar Real says, for master rank, Kulve with 500 new weapons? Yes, let's get excited for that. James Deneen says, you don't have much for new moves besides the clutch claw attacks, but hammer was pretty good to begin with. Actually, you know, I thought that they did pretty well with the clutch claw and the hammer. In this case, you can go out of the brutal big bang into a clutch claw grab, and this is a very natural progression from one combo to the other. So one of the problems I have with the lance is I'm often asking myself, am I supposed to use the clutch claw counter, or am I supposed to use the regular counter? You know, and it's a very confusing question to be asking yourself, because technically the regular counter should do more damage, but maybe the clutch claw will work out and you'll get like a weakening on one of their parts of their body, right? So it's kind of like this confusing thing to decide between. With the hammer, it's not confusing at all. You just go brutal big bang, clutch claw, easy. That was good design in my opinion, but the lance for me was disappointing ultimately. Have you used the new bow move with the thorn pods? Is OP for KO? Is it? I've not done that specifically, but it sounds cool. And I was using the bow yesterday against Nargacuga. I agree, that new move for the bow is really strong, man. That is a strong move. It's a great one-shot move. It makes me wonder if it'll be strong enough for... It makes me wonder if it's going to be strong enough for speedrunners to use it, or if it'll just be something like that you and I use on occasion. Kulve's blue husband who wants... What is he saying? Wants you to just get off his lawn? I don't know what you mean by that, Solaire. Hey, Gameconomist, doing a Christian stream, I see. Any luck with the QR weapons yet? Not really. We just had our first reward round, and it was pretty boring. Pretty boring. Nothing too interesting. A. Deraz asks, what do you think of the new guard skill in Iceborne? Will point guards be OP for KOs now? For KOs? What are you talking about? Is he referring to the counter guard skill? I know there's the counter guard skill. How do I feel about the counter guard skill? I feel like it's another skill that you have to throw onto your lance or your gun lance in order to make it do almost as much damage as the longsword does without having to build any skills, which is the main frustration with those weapons. So it's like Capcom said, what if we let them do more damage with the lance by having them build this particular skill? And it's just kind of like, I don't know, what if we could just always have had that built into the lance? Couldn't that have just been built into the lance from the start? Why did it have to be something that we have to build for? Because when you build for it, it means you're giving something else up, you know what I mean? You're giving up a different skill when you're building for that. Oh wow, they did 2 right in a row. Red Rex Rules says, I got 2 one-shot KOs with it on Bonbaro. That's nice. James Denise says they have always poo-pooed on Lance and Gunlance, but it was actually a lot more OP in like Monster Hunter 1 and Monster Hunter FU. Time to take a poo-poo on the Lance. Komar says, Gameconomist Clutch Claw can replace roll canceling on Brutal Big Bang. Exactly. Brutal Uppercut, and Midair Spinning Bludgeon. The clutch animations even come with iframes. Nice. Yeah, it feels really strong on the hammer. How's it going, Cristiano Ferro? He says, hey, Gameconomist, keep the grind going. That's right. We're grinding like heck. It's heckin' time. Will bananas be OP in Iceborne? Yes. Senor Chicano says offensive guard will be meta for Charge Blade. It probably will, actually. Yeah, it probably will. It actually will be really good for the lance as well. It's just that why couldn't we just have that built in, honestly? Why do we got to build for that? Unless it's a really huge damage buff. If it's a really large damage buff, then I could see why we would have to build for it. See you later, Redacted. I wonder if we'll have, Space Carnival says, I wonder if we'll still have immediate access to the Temporal Mantle. Ooh, good question. Probably. Probably. Grab this fire. We'll grab this large barrel. Grab this god bug. Oh my god bug. And we'll smack her in the horns. No, we won't. Death Angel says, can I join your lobby? if you can get in, you certainly can. Anyone can join the lobby. It is a first come, first serve lobby as usual. Kongalala, farting monkey for new monster added in Iceborne. God, I hope not. Actually, I think ultimately I did not like that monster. I felt like it was too cartoonish, actually. So, like, it has a hippopotamus face and a gorilla body, and it farts. I mean, it just kind of turns the game into a kiddie game, to be honest. I don't want my game to feel like a kiddie game. General Towley, he says, "Hey man, what's your thoughts on the new hunting horn moves?" Oh, they're great. Whatever the new node is, that attack has very short range. And it also seems to hit multiple times very quickly, which makes me wonder if elemental hunting horns could potentially outplay raw hunting horns. And then the new notes are going to allow us to have new buffs, and those new buffs could be very strong. Very strong. Oh, let's grab this footprint. And we'll grab this scattered gold chip. Sniff, sniff. That's right. Come on, Kulve Taroth. How's it going, Ishmael? He says, hello, I just joined the stream. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Sleep herb. Volvidon is greater than Kongalala. Phantom Larcius, he says congrats. But that's all he says, so we don't know why he's saying it. Zinogre would be a blast to fight in World. Yes, I think they could actually bring Zinogre into World. I definitely think they could. I think that the Fated Forest definitely going to be in Iceborne. I don't know what else will come. I hope they. I do hope they add bugs. I suspect they won't, though, unfortunately. Doo-doo. Come on, Cove. Give us that sweet, sweet loot. We're here for the loot. Here we are. Footprint. Scattered gold chip. Plesioth for Iceborne. I think they should offer Plesioth. I mean, why not? It's such a... if people remember that fight this much, I think that people would love to run into it again. And if it had, like... if it was really tall and it had that huge hip check again, I think that would actually be really funny. Sapphire Star Guidance says, if you were doing Kulve on Xbox, I could have joined you. Ah, darn. I'm on the wrong console. If only I could play on all 3 consoles at the same time, like some kind of psychic superhero. Psychic, multi-game, platform playing superhero. Scattered gold chip. Oh, Phantom was like, it's for Ishmael. See, how is Ishmael supposed to know that? You didn't let him know that you were talking to him. They should put Keizu in as well. I think Keizu would be a good pick. Keizu. Peerless asks, Kulve Xbox when? Question mark? I don't know, maybe we could try to do it tonight. Maybe we could try to do it tonight. Killer Smart says, make a Kulve session on all platforms, but only AFK farm. Huh. That would be so stupid, but I wonder if people would actually... I don't think people would actually want that, though, because somebody would always be running with only 3 people in their session. So I don't think people would want that. Have you seen the modded quest True Sapphire Star Guidance with Extremeth and Tempered Vow on normal quest? What? I have not. Late night stream for the boys. Late night stream time. I should have done one yesterday, or last night. That's what I mean to say. Gameconomist, I just joined. When is the next Generations Ultimate stream? What is today? Is it Saturday or Sunday? Today's Sunday. It's probably tomorrow for sure, Death Angel. Oh wait, it wasn't Death. It was Dark Souls 2 who asked. Yeah, definitely tomorrow there will be another Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate stream. Big Mayhem says they should put Aknakdor and Yukinlos in We Need the Black and White Gods. That's racist. All right, let's see. What do we got? All right, we're waiting for these guys to come back. They will need to skedaddle skadoodle. There we go. You must show the ID so I can join. Sure, we will show off the ID. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. We're totally full. Killer Smart says, no juicy confessions this weekend. What are you talking about? We did the confessions. Or maybe Killer Smart saying none of them were juicy confessions. Have you yet decided to play Advanced Wars on stream? Oh, I should. I'm just worried if I do that nobody will watch it, because it's a game that nobody knows about, really. These days, the people who know what Advanced Wars is probably very small. Very small. I don't know, maybe I could find like a mobile game that's similar to Advanced Wars. Maybe I would do something like that. It doesn't even have to be a mobile game. Yeah, unfortunately, Advanced Wars is so old and it's so gone. Alright, let's start up. Let's start up. Man, I'm gonna go make a coffee. I just yawned. Well, I wonder if I could actually in the middle of the live stream. Think I have time to make coffee? Here, I'm gonna go make a coffee, guys. This is the high quality stream you guys subscribe for, I know. I have to give it the coffee after it's done. It's heating up right now. Alright. Would you like the Crimson Fatalis in Iceborne? I haven't fought that one, so I don't know what you're referring to. Probably, though. Can we just break her horns off? Sometimes that works. You guys are going to hear some background noise. That's my coffee. I think I should put an ice cube or two in it so I can just drink it right away. Alright, 4 cannons and 5 cannons. And we're going to point it over here until we know where she's coming from. Actually, where is she? She's still over there? Okay, wait, how is she over here? I don't understand. Where is she? Oh, she's all the way over there. Okay, so I was pointing this the right way. Daraz says, what do you have in your coffee? I just have some milk and some sugar. I didn't really do anything special. Phoenix says, can you help kick out some players that are not actively playing Kulve? That's a good question. One, two, three. We got 3 people. We will give them some time to see if they join the Kulve fight, because if they don't, then maybe we will give them the boot. They can't just be in the lobby not playing, because there's a lot of people who want to play. A. DeRoss says, do you like it like Obama week? Oh my god. Trying to leech off of our hard work. What? Oh, you're talking about Kulve in Pursuit 1? Or not Pursuit 1, in Stage 1? Kulve, she's like, she doesn't even matter almost. In Stage 1, she's so easy. Alright, let me go grab my coffee. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. All right. Even just the flavor of like coffee makes you feel like your brain's gonna run faster. Did you guys notice that? What do you think about overpriced Starbucks Frappuccinos? Somebody likes them. I wish I was selling them those drinks. Starbucks must be making so much money from that. Yeah, I don't know why people line up for like a half hour to get one of those. It's kind of crazy, isn't it? Hardly tastes any different from a regular coffee, too. I mean, the trick to Starbucks coffee is they put a lot of milk and a lot of sugar in their coffee. That's all it is. Come on. Here we go. You gotta be kidding. At this rate, Kulve Taroth is getting annoyed? What? Maybe look for something else to stream, because sniffing feet isn't the best entertainment. Still really enjoy your content. What? Can we hear you slurp coffee? If I happen to slurp, probably. My channel becomes a mukbang channel. Mukbang channels. Oh my god. Oh, here we go. Man, she's not red, but we're still actually getting some good damage out on her. Okay, I don't want to get hit by that. Death Angel says, the German confession today was good. I mean, Deutsche Deutsche Confession. Is it pronounced confession in both ways? Deutsche Confession. He's referring to, we've been doing this thing where we have, in the Discord server, we have a church channel that only becomes available on Sunday. And then when it becomes available, I also host a voice chat, and you can all talk to me, like, directly talk to me, and we like to do a confession where you have to admit something, and then everyone gets to talk about it. It was pretty fun. Lasts about 2 hours. I would say it's about 2 hours long. We always have a pretty good... The last 2 times we've done it has always been a really big... a lot of people participating. I'm drinking my coffee. That's why I look like I'm not playing very well. Okay. Where are you going to go, Kulve? Those iced coffee cost almost €10 in Germany. That's $14 for cold coffee. Yeah, that's nuts. I think everyone would agree that that is crazy. There she goes. She is no longer clothed. Oh, and she's going to the next area. Do you think that in Iceborne there will be variants of monsters like Savage Pickle or others? Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely. Why wouldn't they do deviants? If they don't do deviants, they're going to do something very similar to it. Come here, Kulve. Kulve, why would you do this to me? Oh no. Oh no, oh no. We got it, we're good. We got it. Getting the good damage out on her tail right now. What? The last swing didn't land? Come on, go off, lava. Come on, lava. Yeah, we got 300 damage. There's another 300 damage. There's another 300 damage. There we go, tail broken. Perfect. That was amazing. Alright, so now we're just kind of waiting for her to go to the next area, honestly. Let's have this cool drink. We'll just chill out over here, to be honest with you. I want to have some more coffee. Oh, man. Coffee's so good at waking you up. Komar says confession equals Geständnis? I was trying to say that earlier. I was doing a really bad job. Survival instinct on Kulve equals 0. Do it, do it. Hit me. Alright, we're off to the next stage. Ah. Oh wait, we don't need to. We're good. We can just go right in. She's mad. She mad. That was terrible. I was just trying something new. I was like, what if I wound up the hammer ahead of time? Oh, this is gonna hurt. Oh! We dodged it. It didn't matter. We dodged it. Oh, get me out of there. Oh, we still got hit. Why is Cole being such a bee? What's she doing? Oh, we're not going to touch that. We're going to stay away from that. We can shoot her. Boop. There's a nice solid hit. Oh, when we mounted her. Easy, easy, easy. So we'll just chill up here. Technically, I think these little rocks do more damage than my knife. No, I guess they don't do anything. It said it was doing 0. Oh. You pronounce it like Gestandnis. Oh, interesting. Gestandnis. Nope, we don't want this. Man, maybe I should just keep learning German. I took German 1 and 2, and then I just kind of stopped, full-blown stop. So I didn't continue learning it at all. Oh no, it's another guy who's like, what if we just put all the barrel bombs over here? 2, 3. Oh no, and this guy's doing cluster bombs? He's not even shooting her in the head. Super Milky, do you know that you're only supposed to do damage to her head unless her tail... Well, I mean, if her tail needs to be broken, that's one thing, but her tail's broken. So Super Milky, you don't need to do any damage to her, any other body part except for her head. Oh, this is it. Yep, I knew it. How did I know that? How did I know that that was going to be the last finishing blow on her? I felt it in my stomach. I felt it in my stomach like this coffee. Josh Claro says, these thumbnails. You like the thumbnail? Sparks Carnival says, I drink bulletproof coffee without cream or sugar. Ah, dang, man. It's a real chat over here. Techo0 says, yes, but everyone also has to remember that this is Capcom, and they have a tendency to be lazy sometimes. Huh. Seedux says, Gameconomist, do you think that in Iceborne will be joke weapons like the frying pan or others? Man, I don't know, honestly. That's a good question. We kind of have some joke weapons in here. I'm thinking of the bird weapons, but that's it. So we might not have them. Rosa says, I have a confession. I confessed that I have just performed a trouser trumpet. 1 Kulve down, God knows how many left to go. Millions. Dima says it was 41 degrees Celsius in German today. Let's find out how hot that is, because that sounds like a number. Let's see, Celsius to Fahrenheit. Because, of course, we don't use the same metrics. So, 104. Dude, that's hot. That is so hot. It does get to about 104 where I live during the summertime. Actually, it does it about every summer. Oh, hey, we got an artillery decoration. That's really good. Yeah, so where I live, during the summertime, it usually hits 100 degrees for about 1 week. You'll hit 100 degrees. And it'll stay that way. Well, sometimes 2 weeks. Just depends. But 104, that's really high, man. And Germany, you guys are so much further north than us, right? I think you are. Let's see what we get for the rewards. That's really hot. God, I hate hot weather. I really do. Like, cold weather I can handle, but hot weather? Oh, awful. There's another Glutton Heavy Bowgun. That'd be my 4th one, actually. Decay Gold Exploder. Nope. Nope. Taroth Thunder. Kiara Dagger's Rage. That's good. Hey, we got the Taroth Crest Claw. Perfect. And here's the Taroth Blitz support. Wow, we actually did really good. We got the Sleep Hammer, the Crest Claw, the Taroth Fire Longsword. We got a lot of the good Kulve weapons already. We're actually doing really good. HP Blast says, I finally finished story mode in World. Now I gotta do the Witcher quest to catch up. Nice, nice. Alright, we're gonna do another Pursuit 1 run. Yeah, he is the worst. We got some desert-like places in America. I hear it gets crazy, crazy hot in there. We have a place, it's been called Death Valley because it gets so hot. Let me look it up. I'll look up the location. Death Valley, USA. Death Valley is a desert valley located in eastern California. It's one of the hottest places in the world, along with the deserts in the Middle East. Death Valley temperature. Let's see. Today, oh my God, it's 111 degrees today in Death Valley. Jesus, dude, 111 degrees. So that's actually 7 degrees hotter than it is in Germany right now in Death Valley. Who lives there, man? Somebody probably lives there. Somebody who really likes being warm. Kamar says you would love northern German weather. Almost no hot days. Ocean is near. Yeah, I actually would like both of those things. I like chilly weather because usually I'm very hot on my own. Death Angel asks, could you kick people that they don't if they don't do the quest? Yes, I can do that. I can do that. We'll get people going. We'll see who doesn't start a Pursuit 1 quest. One of the rules of the lobby is that you're not allowed to be AFK in the lobby. Do everyone a favor and back out. If you are AFK, you know, just do everyone a favor and leave so that somebody new can join because there are a lot of people waiting to have a turn. Dima says, can't play with you tonight. Ah, I'm sorry to hear that, Dima. Isaac says, hey, Gameconomist, I main the heavy bowgun, and I've realized the Glutton is boring to me. I prefer Ruin because of the ammo variety. Yeah, Glutton heavy bowgun, everybody really likes that bowgun because of the damage output, but I actually agree wholeheartedly. Spread ammo is kind of boring. Spread ammo is pretty boring. How good is Kiar Thunder Light Bowgun? About as good as the Styx Light Bowgun. They're about equally good. How's it going, Alessandro Spancillo? Red Rex Rule says, Gameconomist, the day you get 69,000, it was 69 days before Iceborne. Hey, that's pretty cool. It's all a conspiracy. Death Angel says, I'm going to learn you German. First sentence, Ich bin dumm. This is like a hello in long form. Ich bin dumm? Ich bin good. Is that right? Hey, thanks, Skyzy. Finished my 3rd triathlon today in crazy weather. Now some chilling with ice cream and the Gameconomist. Sweet! Who doesn't love ice cream? The Gameconomist doesn't like ice cream. That's the answer. You guys you might have known that about me. I don't actually eat ice cream. It's not that I don't like dairy. I just don't eat it. I guess I don't like regular milk either. It's got to be in something. Dude, I just missed it twice. That's terrible. Some people were shocked when they found out I don't eat ice cream. It's not because I'm like any kind of health nut. I'm really not. I eat a lot of junk. But not ice cream. Just don't like it. And I'm not lactose intolerant either. I can eat all the milk I want. Just don't find it that good. Es gibt Sauerkraut and meine Lederhosen. Lederhosen. What light bowgun do I use to build freeze ammo? There's 2 light bowguns you would choose from. The first one is craftable. It's the Lunastra Blaze light bowgun. That one will give you ice ammo. It'll also give you the gut skill. The other light bowgun would be the Kiar Ice light bowgun. So there's actually a Kiar light bowgun for using ice ammo. That would be your other option. Devil's Blight. Honey. Averick said, that's exactly what someone lactose intolerant would say. But that's the thing, I'm not actually lactose intolerant. I do love cheese. Just not a fan of ice cream. I don't know why. I don't know why. Never been a big fan of it. I do love sweet stuff. I like candy bars, and I like cookies especially. I'm a big fan of cookies. Just not ice cream. I don't know why. It's too cold. It's a cold dessert. I don't like it because it's cold. Maybe if it was like a warm dessert. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe I don't like cold desserts. I bet that's it. I bet I just don't like the cold dessert. I think warm dessert sounds way better. Skysy says, yes, you told us, but because it's still about 40 Celsius here, ice cream is a must to cool down. I'd probably have a cold drink. Cold water. You know, it's funny, when I worked for Coca-Cola, I've told you guys I actually was employed by Coca-Cola for a little while. And this was right before I started college. When I worked for Coca-Cola, we sold the most soda when the weather got hot. People just buy crazy amounts of soda when it gets hot outside. So that was and then when it got cold again, we didn't really sell as much soda at all. So it was really interesting. During the summertime, people buy a lot of soda. Stinky cheese is good, that's right. Maybe you haven't found your favorite ice cream flavor. Actually, I do have a favorite ice cream flavor. It would be butter pecan. I really like butter pecan. But the thing is, I just never buy it because I don't like ice cream. So if I had to eat ice cream, I'd probably have a butter pecan ice cream. My sisters loved ice cream, so we had ice cream at home all the time. It's not like I haven't had a chance to eat it. My sisters loved ice cream. Cool drink coincidence. Slacker says, you would rather have a cool drink, but you almost never use cool drinks. Well, that's because cool drinks are there to make you cool, whereas a cold drink on a hot day actually chill you down. Canada, hot chocolate and coffee sells a lot during the winter. I do love hot chocolate. Hot chocolate's delicious. Coke should sponsor the Gameconomist Variety Channel. I don't think they will. I talk about too many controversial subjects. I don't think Coca-Cola would, I don't think they'd mess with that. Actually, I think that Coca-Cola is so large, they would never really mess with YouTube too much. They would never do a direct sponsorship with anyone. Coca-Cola is a huge company. You don't realize how large they are because Coca-Cola, it's not like they just sell soda. They're a massive company that buys other companies, so you don't even realize how large they are. They are a massive corporation. Same with Pepsi, by the way. For those of you who you might not have known this, Pepsi owns like Taco Bell, Pizza Hut, Pizza Hut, KFC. Yeah, Pepsi and Coca-Cola are massive, massive companies. Kumar says, soda like Coca-Cola dehydrates the body, making no sense. I mainly used it for mixed drinks with booze. Actually, that's not true. So that is a what is the word? I can't think of the word. That's something people would tell others, but it's not actually an accurate statement. Soda does have a very light amount of sodium in it, but like almost all of the drink is made out of water. So when you drink soda, you actually are hydrating yourself. It's just that you're hydrating yourself with a lot of sugar, so it's kind of bad for you. It's not kind of bad for you, it's very clearly bad for you. Yeah, soda's not good for you guys. and one of the interesting things that was going on when I was working for Coca-Cola was they were buying up a lot of health drink companies because they realized people were becoming more informed about how bad soda was, and their main products, the sales on them were actually falling, the profit margins were falling. So they were buying up like these tea companies and juice companies in order to be able to sell alternatives to soda. Really crazy, right? I'm doing Coke right now. Slacker says, isn't KFC owned by Cola? Wherever I go, they have Cola and not Pepsi. Oh, that's bizarre. Actually, no, I'm pretty confident KFC is owned by Pepsi. I'm actually really confident of that. Hold on, let me look it up. Does Pepsi own KFC? The company was once owned by Pepsi. Oh. Wait a second, so what happened? Well, here, I'm not going to look... Oh, right here. Who bought KFC? It's not talking about who owns it currently. Yeah, somebody... I guess maybe it's possible that KFC is no longer owned by Pepsi. I'm not sure. I was working for them almost 6 years ago, so it's been a while. Because I then went through school, which took 4 years, so I think it would have been about 6 years ago. CRN says KFC in England has Pepsi, not Coke. Huh. That's how it is for me. KFC has Pepsi. Wait, what am I doing down here? CRN says, aren't monopolies illegal though? Yet Coca-Cola is monopolizing the drink industry. Yeah, it's hard to define when a company actually holds a monopoly. This is a very, very interesting and important topic. When is a company too large? So Coca-Cola is definitely a large company. It's a large, successful company. The question is, could you enter the market as Coca-Cola's opposition and sell your own drinks and they can't block you out of the market? That's an actual monopoly. So Coca-Cola would have to be able to come in and artificially block you from entering the market as an alternative drink seller. But I don't think Coca-Cola actually does that. So technically, even though it's very large, it doesn't actually have a monopoly. See what I'm saying? So people have to be sure they understand what a monopoly is. Monopoly doesn't mean you're not allowed to be large. You're definitely allowed to be large. It just means you can't block other companies from competing. And people have different definitions on what they believe blocking really means, you know what I mean? So, yeah, it's interesting. It's a really interesting subject. It's a very important subject because a lot of people are asking today if the tech companies are too large, like Google. Google's a pretty dang large company. Is it a monopoly? That's hard to say. If it is, then it's supposed to be broken up according to our laws. So, kind of a big deal, right? All right, let's see. What do we got? Kind of a big deal. We're waiting on these guys to come back. And we're going to jump. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to check to see if anyone was AFK in our lobby. I'm so sorry. Phoenix says, please kick Beast. He's posting an arena quest. You can't do that, Beast. Beast, I'll give you a minute or two to change that, but you can't do that, Beast. You got to be playing Kulve. Yeah, that's not good. You know, I think I'm going to be more careful with these lobbies. I'm going to make sure that the lobbies are private. I have a suspicion that we're getting randoms joining, and they don't really play by our rules necessarily. A. Derez says, your knowledge on these matters is impressive. Thanks, man. They're topics of great interest to me. Wait, what's going on? Oh, I must have broken... Oh, this is it. All right, sweet. Well, let's finish up this level of Kulve Taroth, and then if you guys want, you can join me in defeating the Kieran fight, the Kieran optional... No, the Kieran story quest. I can't talk. The Kieran. Let's see. I want to see what it looks like. There it is. I need to finish that, okay, guys? So help me out with that after this. But for now, I'll jump back to the Gathering Hub. Izar Aburab says Google is not a monopoly because it has other competitors like Microsoft and Yahoo. See, and that's accurate. YouTube actually does have other competitors. The problem is, in practicality, almost everyone exclusively uses Google for internet searches. And the issue you can run into is Google can decide to hide some search results. Google can decide to hide political search results or to manipulate them. And they can do that with YouTube as well, because Google actually owns YouTube. So can you think of even one internet website that has the power of YouTube in terms of like usefulness to the population, where you go for your information? I can't think of anything. You have Twitter and Facebook, but they're not video websites. Usually they're actually playing a video hosted by YouTube. The question is, they're so big. How do you make sure that they don't decide to play politics, which is very dangerous if they decide to play politics, because we use YouTube to communicate. YouTube, if you want to protect free speech in America, YouTube is primarily used for communication. And if YouTube then jumps in and says, you know what, we're going to go ahead and decide what you get to see on the internet, that becomes a very tricky situation. You wouldn't want it. Not in my opinion anyways. Death Angel says, Gameconomist, I posted 5 times. Ich bin dumm means I'm stupid, and you didn't see that 5 times. What? Is it doom or dumb? Ich bin dumb. Ich bin... How do I say I'm the best? Ich bin wunderbar. I don't know. By the way, it's not that deep, but my name is pronounced like Kieran. Oh, okay, Kieran. Kieran Tale. Is it Kieran Tall? Kieran Tall says Facebook actually hosts their own videos now. Sweet. Very interesting. Averick says, bro, give Gameconomist more clout. He deserves it. What's a clout? Is that trouble? Clout's trouble, right? It's either trouble or noise. Influence or power, hit hard with the hand. So, somewhere in the middle. I don't know which one it's going to be. Ich bin der Beste. Ich bin der Beste. Thanks, Averick. Ich bin der Allerbest. Huh. Interesting. We should move over to Vimeo and DuckDuckGo. Oh, clout in this case is respect, I see. When I heard the term, I thought of clout in terms of actually closer to what it said about being hit. So clout can refer to like violence, actually, so I wasn't sure whether it was a compliment or not. Why are so many Germans here? Actually, that's funny that you point that out. When we did our confession channel, our voice chat, there were so many Germans in there, we changed it to German confessions because there were so many people who could speak German in there. For whatever reason, a large portion of my viewers are actually German. Alright, we would go over here. This free speech stuff sounds like anonymous. We do not forgive, we do not forget, expect us. I'm not paranoid. It's actually a serious subject. So it was serious enough that Google executives had to have a hearing with the U.S. Senate. There's a video of this online because they were caught. There was a whistleblower in Google who said that, hey, you know, they're actually intending to make an effect on the next political election of the next president through whatever it is they're going to do, like manipulation of the algorithms. So it's actually a serious issue. This is our attack run, right? I believe it is. Yes, it is. So somebody mentioned Beast, right? Let's see who's doing what. Everyone's in a quest, huh? Does it say what quest? I don't actually know what quest he's in. Senor Chicano says I'm Mexicano. Sweet. I've told you guys I've been to, I've actually haven't been to a lot of places outside of the U.S. One of the only places I've been is Mexico, and it was gosh dang gorgeous. Beautiful, like some of the best beaches you will ever see. Very beautiful. Skysy says, for me, it's... oh, I already read that comment. Ashmiel says, even though I'm fluent in English, I know not a single word in German. He's fluent in several languages. Ruben Hader says, is Hammer good against Kulve Taroth, or is this a challenge? Hammer's very good against Kulve Taroth. If you didn't know this, blunt weapons actually get better hit zone values than sever weapons. There we go. So you actually do more damage with the hammer than you would a greatsword, technically. Yeah. It's not like a big change, though. I also like the fact that the blunt weapon can cause her to KO. So you get a nice KO on Kulve Taroth. Is she gonna roar? No, she's not. What is the difference between a joke and a rhetorical question? The rhetorical question doesn't necessarily have to be funny. Oh, we didn't drop this on her. That's our fault. Whoops. Are ranged weapons good on Kulve Taroth? They are. You have to be careful with how you use them though, okay? So shot type damage does very, very poor damage against Kulve Taroth. However, she's very weak to thunder and ice damage. So if you're going to use a ranged weapon, you need to use thunder and ice ammo. Thunder ammo in stages 1, 2, and 3, and then ice ammo in stage 4. Now, alternatively, you can also use slice ammo in stage 4, because slice ammo technically counts as sever. And you can use sticky ammo, wyvern ammo, and cluster bombs on her as well. Wow, I still didn't break her horns, huh? That's not good. Oh, she's turning red. Oh, man. Oh, you're going to accidentally KO her blue demand. Be careful. Oh my gosh, my cat's meowing. She's so cute. She sounds like a baby when she meows. Akuma says, I'm half Portuguese and half French, and I'm fluent in 6 languages. I'm fluent in 1 language. I'm fluent in dummy. I'm fluent in weirdo. See ya, weirdos. You guys might have missed that stream. We had somebody who was clearly he was a random, and he'd clearly joined and didn't know what was going on with us not attacking her, and then he left and he said, "See you, weirdos," because he didn't understand why we weren't attacking her. He didn't understand it was actually because we were playing really well. If he had just stuck around, he would have killed her faster than normal. Ooh, right under her armpit. I think she was coming after me. How often did you think about to eat your cat? Oh, all the time. What a question. There we go. That hurts. Well. Boop. Oh, so much beautiful damage. Beautiful, beautiful damage. Will you be doing Kieran solo? No, you guys are welcome to join, actually. The question I have, though, is should I actually... What I think I'll do is I'll wait to the end of the stream, and then rather than ending the stream, I'll do one more fight. This time, I'll do it against Kieran, and anyone can help me, and then after that, I'll probably leave. Ah. She gonna roar. Oh, she got me. Mohammed Gathu says, hi, how's it going, Gameconomist? How's it going, man? Thanks for joining the stream. It's going pretty well. It's a comfortable Sunday, and I'm playing video games and talking with you guys. Mystery Gamer says, recommended rank to face Kulve Taroth. I recommend fighting her the moment you can, because as soon as you start fighting Kulve Taroth, the sooner you fight her, the sooner you can unlock all of the rare, high-quality weapons. Ooh, that might have actually landed on her. Oh, we're gonna try. Oh, look how close it was. So close. So close. We're gonna go back here now. What do I hit? I hit what? Oh no, that's player list. B to signal. Okay. No, I did that wrong. There we go. There we go. Also, let's take a look at that player list. Everyone's in quest. Everyone's in quest. Oh no, we lost Genesis. That's not good. Chaplain Daikamo says, so if hammer is better than my greatsword with damage values, where should I be hitting her? Hold on. I'm trying not to get killed here. Where should you be hitting her? You know, you should be breaking her parts. Got her. Giant horns chipped. We didn't even have her horns chipped, guys. That's not good. It's a good thing we stripped her so fast. Oh, she's off. She's leaving. That's alright. We got the horns chipped at least. Next sentence. Vice versed in minor hosa. Vice versed in minor hosa. Sausage in my pants? Is that what that is? I think that's sausage in my pants. Oh my god. Oh. Death Angel teaching me German here. Ah, too bad. Alright, be sure to get that good damage on her tail, guys. Nice. She gotta turn around. There she goes. Whoa! Oh, did you see that? I actually hit her tail as she ran by. How crazy is that? Man, I've been doing this for too long. She's going to sleep, guys. I see that. I see that sleep powder. Oh my gosh, I'm a national treasure. How do I get these amazing swings in? I've been doing this too long. That's how. It's the only way. Did that not hit? That's sad. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh my god, please let me finish this. Oh, I finished it and the tail broke. This has been like the best play I've ever had. Smack her in the chest here. She's gonna do a running attack. Poor Genesis. That's okay, Genesis. We will remember you. Don't die a third time, Genesis. That will be bad. Just realized how close we were to running out of lives. Oh, we were just a inch off, really. Oh no, I don't have what I need to make barrel bombs. Ah, too close. What a pity. Just a bit too close. Paralysis? No paralysis. Might get KO pretty fast here, though. Just go under the tail. We don't want any of that. What is she doing? What is she doing? We're just gonna run from that. Skysea says, yes, white one to be specific. Oh, you're right. A white sausage in my pants. Vice is white, isn't it? Slacker says, why are you using the bandit mantle? Because I'm a bandit? Duh. Death Angel says, next sentence, you are learning fast. Galissel bring mir noch so ein Gudas Hellas? Gudas Hellas? I don't recognize some of those words. Time to get the big damage. That's KO. Time for the big bang, guys. That's what happens when you get KO. You go into the big bang. And her horns broke. Nice job, everyone. Genesis is probably wiping his brow here. He was getting ready to triple cart. Genesis, we would have been like, oh my god, what am I doing? Yeah, that's all you have to do is not triple cart. Seriously, when you're playing with the team against Kulve Taroth and I don't know, maybe you don't have the weapons that you really should, just stay alive. That's all you got to do, just stay alive. Actually, what level was Genesis at? I'm curious. He was level 26. You did a good job, though, Genesis. You didn't die the third time. That's all you had to do was not die the third time. I'm going to give him a big throw up in the air. Oh, but it's carve time. Carve time. HP Blast says, I died twice against the Leshen. Do you have any tips so I can finish the quest? Oh, yeah. Maybe I should make a Leshen guide for new players. Yeah, use the hammer or the greatsword and then just ledge hop the crap out of him. That's what I recommend. Phoenix Monroe says, trust me, Beast is doing an arena quest. Thank you, Phoenix. He will probably get the boot. He will probably get the boot. Boop. Mohammed Gathu says, I want to farm tempered quests with you, Gameconomist. So I think he wants to farm for decorations is what he means, because that's what you get when you do the tempered quests. I'm probably going to avoid doing that, actually. Surprisingly on this character, I'm probably going to avoid farming for decorations. I don't think it's a very efficient method to become powerful. Probably when the name's Lavasiath comes out, probably then I'll do a little bit of farming. I don't want to do too much, though. I think, actually, your best strategy is to just use the weapons and the armor that's already available in the game and craft these as fast as you can, and this will make you powerful very quickly. All right, let's see what we got for our... Well, hold on. Let's actually see who's in what. Yes, yes. Yes, yes. Oh, yeah. Beast isn't allowed to do that. Beast, you're out of here, man. Thank you for bringing that to my attention. Alright. Can't join and go play arena quests. That is not how this works. Because you're going to get the boot. You'll be booted hard. Next sentence. Ich habe meine Frau. Ich habe meine... Oh, I'm collecting all these without looking. Bomber Gold Exploder. This is exactly what I was looking for. This is a high-quality gun lance. Surprisingly, a lot of people don't know how good this gun lance is. It's because you can triple augment it for health regen, and then it is shelling type 4. Really good gun lance. So don't miss out on the Bomber Gold Exploder. That was one of the weapons I wanted, and we got it. There's the glutton again. So now I would have gotten 5 gluttons. I think 5 or 6. Kiar Fellsword King is bad. Kiar Bow King, we will take that. Taroth Crest Decay. Kiar Bow King a second time. Why not? Why wouldn't I have it a second time? That makes perfect sense. Statistically, I think I had a chance to get that twice in one run. Ridiculous. Ridiculous! So, we got plenty of time to play. We're going to keep playing. We're going to keep going. Let's get another round going. Alright, we'll begin the siege. Gameconomist sounds like a Berliner German. Oh my gosh. I don't have any German accent because I have an American accent. That's what I really have. I have an American English accent. I would have to be speaking German for so long to sound correctly German. Ich habe meine Frau. What does that mean? Google Translate. I hate my wife. I knew you had to be talking about her because you used Frau and meine and ich, but I didn't know what the I didn't know what the has. Wait, was it the Haza that would have caused it to be hate? It had to have been the Haza. Yeah. That's a mean thing. Skysy says, hold on the Kieran quest. No, we're not going to do Kieran yet. We'll do Kieran at the end of this stream when I'm all done with Kulve Taroth. We're going to keep Kulve Taroth going nice and smoothly. Death Angel says, I still can't join. I'm waiting 40 minutes now. I'm sorry, Death Angel. Death Angel, it is first come, first serve. Unfortunately, there are probably a lot of people who wanted into this session. It's just the way it is, man. I'm sorry. Send me $5 under the table. I will reserve a spot for you next time. Eshmiel says, any tips on how to get a tempered Legiana investigation? Yeah, go and gather Legiana tracks, specifically tempered Legiana tracks. I don't know. You could try to, well, yeah, I don't know. Is there a tempered, what you would need is to gather tracks for a tier 2 monster. You need to gather tempered tracks from a tier 2 monster. That's what you need. And it will give you a chance for Legiana. Mohammed says, I just want to hunt with you. I actually already have everything. Sweet. I want to hunt with you too. How do you say beta male in German? I don't know, actually. That's a good one. Slacker says, Arch-Tempered Kieran on PC or some other Kieran quest on console, question mark? No. This is the, I have the Kieran quest that will take me to Hunter rank 50, and I need to get to Hunter rank 50 so that I can fight all the high-end Arch-Tempered monsters. That's what I want. So we're very close to accomplishing that. Oh, I know that one. Ich liebe meine Frau would be I love my wife rather than I hate. I didn't know Hasse was hate. Ich liebe meine Frau. That's very hard, but it's like beta. Beta male. Try Trail Raider Safari in Coral Highlands. I got a bunch of them in PC doing that. Huh? I must be missing something. Why is your logo a swirl? There's a bit of a story to that. I guess it's kind of something I chose because it's more of a depressing logo, to tell you the truth. And it kind of represents, it can represent a lot of things, but it kind of represents being maybe addicted or being in a downward spiral, sort of, being trapped. So it actually has a lot to do with that. It's a symbol that I actually enjoy a lot. So it is something I did sit down and I thought about a lot. Like, if I had to choose an abstract symbol for my channel, what would I like it to be? And after a lot of consideration, I went with the spiral. Please say Ich bin ein... I'm not going to say that. You almost tricked me. Ich bin ein Alpha Man. Ich bin ein Alpha Man. Trying to trick me there. Do you think there will be a better way to get decorations in Iceborne? Probably not. Probably not. Why would they change up their awful decorations formula where you have to play for like 2,000 hours to unlock all the decorations? Paulo says, for tempered Legiana. Oh, I see. I see. Kiaran, if I said that name right, says, I used to like your gacha intro that linked up with your profile picture. Yeah, that was a long time ago. Firefree says, so you like Ito Junji, I'm assuming. I have no clue what that is, so I couldn't answer you that. Skysky says, a coworker from me is from the United States, came over via the military and stayed here because he married a German woman. He is here for 20 years, and he's still a strong accent. It's not easy. Yeah, I've heard about that. It's hard to give up the accent of your original language to correctly mimic another language. I've actually heard a lot about that. It's very hard to do. Eric says, love the thumbnail, by the way. Thanks, man. I just dropped a crisp into my energy drink. It's funny you call it a crisp, but we would call it a chip. Yeah, I dropped a chip into my soda. That's gross. just dropped a crisp. Oh, Kulve. So much track farming. How many times have I fought Kulve Taroth, do you guys think? 1,000,000,000 times? I have fought her so many times. Handsy Joe all over that Kulve Taroth. He's being affectionate. He's a very affectionate man. That's how Joe Biden shows affection. Can't believe you guys would beat him up for that. Dude, he's amazing. He gets away with it too. It's crazy. He's actually running for president. He totally gets away with it. Wish I could just put my hands on someone's hips. Like, nah, I'm an affectionate man. Like, isn't that the perfect excuse almost? Like, dude, I'm just affectionate. I am just affectionate. Chips would be fries in your case then, says Rend. Oh, interesting. So her crisps are actually fries, is that right? Is that what you're saying? Deadpool says, Germany is lost due to the massive amounts of immigration from the third world. The globalists are literally trying to replace your population. Yeah, I can understand that sentiment, Deadpool. I think probably a more, maybe a more nuanced way of talking about this is Germany should have had more time. The people of Germany should have had more time to think if that's what they wanted for the country and to really think about the amount of immigration. I think that immigration's fine. It's just how much immigration do you want and how fast? Because when people immigrate to your country, they need time to assimilate and not just kind of cluster into groups and right. They need time to assimilate. And the question, there's other questions too, like rather than just accepting them into your country, can you find a way for them to go to countries that have values more similar to their own and simply send funds to help them, get by financially? There's all kinds of ways that it could have been handled. But I think that the bottom line is maybe the Germans should have had more of a say in what was going to happen, but it all happened very fast. They are actual asylum seekers. There was an actual war going on, so it wasn't entirely wrong what Chancellor Merkel did. It's just the way she went about it. I think that she actually caused a lot of economic migration to occur, because once she said, you know what, we're just going to accept all of them with very little, I don't know what you want to say, very little parameters about the issue. It, of course, would have caused anyone who's poor from a country not in war to go, oh, well, I'm going there. Because that's just natural. That would be what anybody would do. But the question is, for the German people, what did the German people actually want? Was this what they wanted? And I think I haven't followed German politics too closely. If I understand correctly, this will be Chancellor Merkel's last term. Is that correct? So I would say the German people have suggested that, hey, maybe this isn't what we wanted. But also maybe you needed time to think about it. I don't know. It's an interesting thing. You had Putin at the G20 summit, and one of the arguments he made is that you have globalists who put the rights of immigrants over the rights of the German people. He actually commented on that. And I understand Putin's traditionally the bad guy, but it actually seemed kind of like a logical argument to make, even if you don't like him, even if you don't agree with Russian politics. And even if you do believe in helping asylum seekers, especially people who are actually having trouble with war, which was the case in Syria, they actually were having trouble with war. But Putin's answer on that was actually, I would say, it's a correct assessment. It's like, you can have it, but you have to be sure that your people are accepting of it before you have it. You can't just tell the people, hey, this is the way it's going to be. I don't know, it's a complex subject, I would say. That is an especially complex subject. It is especially. There are people who are very far on one side of that subject and have a very strong opinion, and then there are people on the other side of that subject and have also a very strong opinion. What's interesting, though, is many of the people who migrated weren't actually from Syria. They were like from Northern Africa and some of the other Middle Eastern countries, and they're just like, well, if they're just accepting anyone, and if we all come at the same time, they're going to have to accept us. And it's kind of like, wow, oh, do we, though? It is a touchy subject, though. It is a touchy subject. Deadpool says, exactly, you're dead right, but Merkel has committed over 100 million. 100 million, guys. You know how many people that is? That's a lot of people. Skysy says, Gameconomist, Deadpool, the people would have come anyways. Merkel just said, yeah, it's okay because they are coming anyway. Well, that's not necessarily true, Skysy. So if Merkel had come out and said, heck no, you guys definitely can't come in here, and if you come in here, we're rejecting you, that actually might have stopped a lot of the economic migration that occurred. But because she was like open arms, right, there was an actual side effect to that leadership style where I think a lot of people who were just economically migrating for welfare handouts and stuff like that, they went, this is our golden opportunity. We don't want to miss this opportunity. All right, what do we got going on here? You guys got me talking about politics? What? Ren says American not cheaps. Ren says American chips equals crisps in England, and chips in England equals fries in America. Oh, I see. I see what you were doing there. I see what you were doing there. Mohammed Al-Zabi says, let's hope we don't get demonetized because of this topic. I don't know what will actually trigger a demonetization. And I think it has something to do not just with certain topics, but also with language. So if I say like an adult word, also that triggers it. I'll let you guys know if it gets demonetized. I'll talk about it in the Discord. Lord Sobek says, Putin is trying to put his country in a better light by doing very generalized statements. Of course he is, because that's literally what every country is doing. That's what every country is doing right now. I think that was one of the things that was interesting about Donald Trump when he kind of came forward, and he wasn't actually that nice to Europe. You know what I mean? Because I think he kind of makes people realize again that even amongst ourselves, we're competing. Rosa says, I believe she now has, I think we get Boris Johnson now. Oh, no. Everybody likes to compare Boris Johnson to Donald Trump. Are they actually that similar? I don't know. Somebody from England should tell me. All I know is that Boris Johnson has very crazy blonde hair. That's all I know. Lord Sobek says, I don't think it is Merkel's fault. They would have migrated because of the financially wealthy anyways. Well, like I said, once again, I think if Merkel had made it clear that Germany was not going to accept a lot of immigration and that they weren't going to be giving out welfare handouts, I think that actually would have slowed a great deal of the traffic. So if let's say I'm a poor anybody from anywhere, and I can actually just run over to Germany, and Germany's saying, hey, we're accepting a lot of migrants right now, we're going to educate them, we're going to give them housing, we're going to give them food, I'd be going, hell, this is it. I should be going right now. So, it's very motivating. Kumar says, most people migrate for easy welfare and loopholes in the law system. Police is literally defenseless here against violent crimes. By the way, demonetization incoming. You might be right. I don't know. I will find out. I will tell you guys if it gets demonetized. It could just be strictly bad language. I don't know if it's touchy subjects or bad language. Firefree says, Gameconomist, I'm for good things and not for bad things. Vote for me. Yeah, that's how you kind of touch on one of the issues with the politics. So you find people on opposite sides of the aisle, especially here in America, we're very divided between the left and the right. And for each group, everyone hears the same thing. They all say, I'm for good things and against the bad things, right? But how do you define good and bad? It's really complex. Elliot says, Boris is an idiot like most. Good evening from Italy, says Shivry. Italy. I was looking up vacation places in Italy because I want to see some of the... I'm interested in going to the Vatican, actually, and actually seeing the Vatican. And I'm interested in going to Italy and seeing some of your stuff over there as well, like, I don't know, tourist hotspots, I suppose you'd say. And man, your country is beautiful. Italy is gorgeous, and it has so much history. It's crazy. Like, America has history, but it doesn't have, like, world history, you know what I mean? America's not that old of a country. It's a pretty young country, in fact. Slacker, Mink says they're similar in populist sense, but Boris is actually quite articulate and smart. Oh, I see what you're saying. So Boris then would be a better Trump. Slacker says, while this is a mostly an uninformed opinion, but wasn't Hungary refusing immigrants at some point? Yes. So Hungary and Poland both said, hey, you guys aren't crossing through our country anymore. And then they built fences. And you know what's funny? When Hungary and Poland, I know Hungary did, I don't know about Poland, but when they built their walls, basically, the immigration essentially dropped to zero. So when the Democrats in America say walls don't work, I kind of think that they're just talking out their butts. I don't think that they are telling the full truth. I'm not saying that a wall's necessarily good or bad here. I'm just saying that I suspect walls actually do work. If you're looking at Hungary, if you're looking at Israel, if you're looking at those places, walls actually work very well. Ren says, Gameconomist, they probably run a caption in the video to check for the content of the video, and they'll probably determine whether or not your video is demonetized or not. Yeah, something like that. Something like that. She's mad. She mad. Grab these barrels. Oh, I can't grab the barrels. We'll jump over here. They're going to hear me say Israel. They're going to hear me say Angela Merkel and Putin. And then they're going to demonetize. Averick says, I think you should make a podcast. I would definitely listen to that. Well, I don't know. I don't know, though, because a lot of my ideas are informed by other people already doing this. Some of my ideas are my own original ideas, but the vast majority of what I'm talking about is just news anyone could listen about. Really, I'm here to play Monster Hunter. I just enjoy talking about these subjects while we're grinding Kulve Taroth for the millionth time. Kulve Taroth. Firefree says a wall does work, is a physical barrier, and is better than not if your goal is to keep out people. That's what I say too. The Democrats actually did a really good job in 2016 of convincing people that walls don't work. But it's so ironic because the wealthy Democrats all live behind gated communities, and it's just like, what are you talking about? Of course these walls work. Why would you have one around your house if it didn't work? Deadpool says there's an agenda. The globalists want to get rid of nationalism and patriotism. Well, I think at that point you start to move over a little bit into conspiracy theory a little bit. I don't think Angela Merkel goes home and rubs her hands together and goes, I'm going to destroy Germany with globalism. I don't think she does that. I think that these people genuinely do want to help the poor in the world. And but the issue is, yeah, I think they genuinely do want to help people in the world. And the problem is kind of a complex problem. It's an issue of there being limited resources in the world, and also the issue, very pragmatic issues. Like here's the thing: if you were to take no immigrants from the Middle Eastern countries, like zero, there is a very good chance you will never have a terrorist attack in your country. Like maybe a small one, like maybe a shooting, or look at France, for example. France has had a lot of problem with small kind of like lone wolf terrorist attacks. They've had a lot of that. And if you were to just take no migrants from the Middle Eastern countries, it was very likely this would never occur. So in a very pragmatic sort of way, you could say, oh, well, we'll just have no immigration, and then we will have no problems. But then on the other hand, if you take no immigrants from, like, let's say Syria during the war, then you're kind of just in a time where you could actually go help these immigrants, these refugees, I should say. You're just kind of leaving them alone and letting them suffer on their own when you're very capable of helping them. So it's such a complex and tricky problem. There's issues of security in your country that you want to make sure your people are safe. There's issues, I think the conspiracy theories of wanting to, like, basically to dilute a population. I don't know. It's a tricky subject, because I wouldn't be surprised if oh no, I'm in trouble. I wouldn't be surprised to learn that there actually are some people out there who would like that, who just don't like their own race, basically, or something like that, and they're like, man, I wish we could dilute our population with other races. But I think the vast majority of them are just trying to help poor people, which is a slightly different issue. My wall is built with love, says X Deuce. She refuses to wave her own nation's flag. See, and that's where I kind of have a problem. I kind of disagree at that point. So when it comes to nationalism, I think that the trick is to have some of it, but not to be crazy about it. So I think people are afraid if you have too much nationalism, you will go and invade another country and call yourself superior and all that other bad stuff that everybody's worried about. On the other hand, if you don't love the country you live in, why would you take care of it? So you kind of have to love your own country in order to take care of it. So, you know, when it comes with anyone from any country, you might be from the Middle East, you might be from Africa, you might be from Mexico, you really should love your own country and you should take care of it. Same for Germany and all of Europe and Russia and China. Everyone should just be taking care of their own country. It's kind of like taking care of your own family. Nobody does it better than you. Nobody takes care of your own children than you do, and it's the same way for countries. You shouldn't expect another country to take care of you. And you should be proud of your country. That doesn't mean you need to go to war. It just means you should be proud of your country. That's all. It's hard. You get people who are like the extreme opposite. You get people who they want to like burn the flag and talk about how, oh, you're evil imperialists and blah 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 blah. It's like rhetoric. I get tired of hearing that stuff. I really do. I'm not denying that there's been a lot of bad things that have happened in history, but it's like, it's 2020. And your country still needs to be taken care of. The people in it need to be taken care of. And you can't just continually hate your country, you know? Every country has done bad things, every single one of them. And your job today is to take care of your country and the people in it. I think that was one of the reasons why you see... I think this is one of the reasons why you saw Brexit occur. I think the people on the left, we would call them the left in America, we would say, well, it happened because of racism. And then the people on the right would say, well, no, it's because people there are worried they're losing the ability to take care of their country. Red Rex Rule says, terrorism YouTube is demonetization time. Yep. AOC is my waifu, says X Deuce. Let's get this bandit mantle on. We're about to be bandits, boys. Bandit time. It's very important topics, you know, politics. Something that affects all of us. Affects everyone. Glad to hear some reasonable thoughts from you, man. Yeah, I think that you have extremism that occurs on both sides of the both sides of the political spectrum. You have extremism. You have people that want to burn the flag, and I would call that extremism. And then you have people that want to have like an ethno state and no migration at all. I would say that's pretty extreme as well. That's extremism. Whoop. Perfect. We have to hit that time. How about the tail? Did we get the tail? Tail's not broken yet. Ooh. Oh, we didn't get it. Tail's still not broken. Is she going after me? Look at that, amazing. How many times have I fought her? Oops, we got hit by the ceiling. Oh! No getting hurt for us. Rosa says, if we talk immigration, I personally don't like it. I just don't like the idea that people see the UK as somewhere that's easy to get into and work and is making our country a laughingstock. Well, yeah, it's interesting. It draws all kinds of difficult questions into attention, like, is, you know, when they say Britain's for the British, right? Is that actually true? Is it for the British? And if I was British, I would probably be saying, yeah. This is the home of my ancestors, hello. And then maybe if I was more of a globalist, I'd be saying Britain just belongs to whoever lives there and is a good person. You don't want to put down barrel bombs. Who is that? Is Rayman? Rayman, you don't want to put those barrel bombs down, because when you put them down next to her head, you knock me away and then I don't do any damage. So what you've really done, Rayman, is you've destroyed my ability to do damage. So what you want to do is you want to let your teammates do as much damage as possible when she's knocked down. Nice, we got a hit on her horns there. You want to allow someone like me to get my big bang out, Array Man. You don't want, or Array Man. You don't want to interrupt me with, you know, like one barrel bomb. That's ridiculous. You're not really doing that much damage with one barrel bomb. Nope, there we go. Her horns are broken. Nice job, everyone. Skycy says, Law just saw the video from Merkel with the flags is just posted and pushed up from conspiracy people. I don't know what you mean by that. So what, she wouldn't post the German flag? Deadpool says, globalist plan is to have one currency and no nation. It is the modern left rebuking colonialism. Yeah, it's a very complex subject. It really is. It's a very complex subject. I don't know if we can really go into it here in the chat because it really does. There is a point where it dips into some really like very sensitive subjects. It really does. Have a sip of my coffee here, but essentially it dips into ideas like eugenics and stuff like that. And then whenever you dip into something like that, people go, ugh, I don't want to touch that. People say, I don't want to touch that. But you know, saying your country is better than another country, a lot of people will reach a point where they're like, well, it's better because of the people and because we're here and we're just better than you. And that gets really yucky real fast. Really yucky. I like to keep, you know, I like to think that as long as people have the right intentions, you know, if you have a good character, as long as you're a hard worker and as long as, you know, you're an honest, hardworking person, things will work out. I do like to be proud of the country I'm in as well, because I feel like it's kind of like being in a good relationship. If you're going to be in a relationship, you should actually care about the person you're in a relationship with. And I feel like that's not always the case. And I feel like there's two things. The people who are often the liberals in your country kind of don't like your country. And the people migrating over to your country, the question is, why are you coming over here? Are you coming over here because you specifically love this country? Or are you coming here for money? And that's two very different reasons to migrate. So for some countries like UK or Germany or something, you might be sitting there going, you know, this should be, Britain should be for the British. But I would say Britain should be for the people who love Britain. That's what it should be. That will be, I think that'll be a more consistent, long-term, successful way of thinking. If you love Britain, come on in. But then if you were to change that slightly to say, I'm coming to Britain for the money, I don't expect those relationships to all work out. Death Angel says, next sentence, ich habe Lust auf eine saftige Leberkäse? I'm so bad at this. Yeah, I'm very bad at reading your German. Do you have meet and greet? Says Link the Man. Link the that man. We're going to have meet and greets in our Discord. Hey, there's the Kiara Blitz Thunder. We just got it. There's the Kiara Dagger's Magma. We already have it. Kiara Crest Decay. We got Kiara Strong Arm Mice already. And there's Kiara Sword Fire. But yeah, I wouldn't want to share a country with a bunch of people who hate that country. I would just not enjoy myself. I really wouldn't. And maybe there are some philosophical arguments you could make about, well, if you blindly love a country, that country can do bad, and you don't stop the country from doing bad. But it's like, I still want to live in a country where people love the country. You know what I mean? Like, if you don't love it and because it is being bad, vote with your feet and go to a different country then. People who just come into your country for money is I mean, can you think of a personal relationship working out that way? Like, imagine there's this girl and you're marrying her strictly for her money. What do you think that's going to end like? Is it going to be a great relationship, or is it always going to be kind of like this? You know, like this relationship where you tolerate her. Maybe it turns out you actually do like her, but then some people are going to find out, I really don't like her and I'm just here for the money. Rosa says, I like living in the UK, and yes, I can agree with your view on it. Sweet. Killer Smart says, thanks for the runs, man. It was really fun to get to play with you. No problem, Killer Smart. I'll catch you another time. Los Angeles says, I want to move to England to follow my favorite team, Arsenal FC. Stan Marino says, we will always fight until we have a common enemy. I don't have any Kiar dual blades. Ah, that's sad. When's the next session on Xbox? Could be tonight? I don't know. Not 100% sure. Elliot Gaunt says, we shouldn't people more somewhere for money. Can't live without it. So I'm guessing what Elliot means is we shouldn't let people in based on money. And then he's saying, but you can't live without money. I actually agree with you, Elliot. So people wanting to migrate to another country for better economic opportunity is very normal. I would just want to make sure that the people coming there also respect the traditions and like the people who are there. You know what I mean? Like, don't come here just for the money. It's okay to come here for the money, but not just for the money. Skysy says, Gameconomist, no, they handed one to her and she just gave it to someone else because she thought it was inappropriate because she is from the DDR and doesn't want that a party takes over a country. What? I don't understand what you're talking about. F. Harrison says, your works, you love her body while she loves your money. You might actually be kind of accurate about that sometimes, Harrison. I think Skysy's saying they handed a German flag to her and she gave it to someone else because she thought it was inappropriate. She's from the DDR and doesn't want that a party takes over a country. Not 100% sure if I follow that. Lost in translation. Gameconomist has been teasing an Xbox stream for the last 4 days. Well, we had Nargacuga come out, so we had to play Nargacuga. Exalato says, nice playing with you, but I'm a leave to grind high rank. See you later. Oops, I just fell down. Not my intention. Oops, why did it automatically let go? That's weird. Try that again. Alright, there we go. The Merkel doesn't want to wave the German flag. Ah, right. Right. That's what I thought you were talking about. Honey time. We got some honey. Y'all, that stuff's tough to talk about. All that stuff is really, really touchy stuff. I wish it wasn't so difficult. I think a lot of it just comes down to money too, you know? If you were accepting people into your country who were already millionaires, I think that in a lot of cases it really wouldn't be that hard. The difficult part is to feel yourself like you're struggling or you're poor, you can't afford to have children yet, and then you see your politicians like bring in all these people from another country and just dish out a ton of money to them. It's hard to see that and be like, wait a second, you're my government, you're supposed to be taking care of me. And I gave you a bunch of my money in the form of taxes, and so did my parents, and so did my grandparents. Why are you taking my money and giving it away? So it's hard for people to see that and accept that, and that's because, I mean, we have a sense of fairness, you know what I mean? We have a sense of fairness, and it all depends on how much sympathy you have for others. Like, if you see the whole war, and you're like, how much sympathy do you have versus how much do you see the world as like a contest, a competition for resources? It depends on kind of how you fall on that scale. If you're somebody who can really be suckered into feeling bad, then you probably want to help everyone. On the other hand, if you're somebody who expects everyone to be responsible for themselves and to do the best with what they've been given, then you probably don't want to help everyone. Skysy says, you know that Germany was split after World War II? Yeah, didn't you have East and West Germany? One part from Russia occupied was the DDR that made a big wall around it, and one party took over the DDR. Oh, I see. That was the whole issue with the Berlin Wall, was it not? We have people today who compare Trump wanting to build a border wall to the Berlin Wall. But it's like, there's a bit of a difference. Like, Mexico is clearly not America. So it's not quite the same. Did this guy just mount? He's getting booted. Alright. Oop, he disappeared. We're not having that. You don't mount Kulve Taroth. The rules are clear. No attacking Kulve Taroth during our track session. Not only are you not supposed to be attacking her, under no circumstances should you be getting a crowd control on Kulve Taroth. So he was a super noob. He did not know that he is never supposed to be mounting Kulve in Stage 1, and he's not supposed to be attacking anyways. You are the weakest link. Skycy says, Gameconomist, and really mistreated the people there. You couldn't even leave. People got shot for trying to leave. It was a crazy time, and that still reflects in her decisions. I see. Oberon says, Gameconomist, could you explain the thumbnail joke? I can definitely do that. So, who you see in the thumbnail, that's Joe Biden. He's a politician in the United States, and he's been criticized for being too physical with women. He touches them, he smells them. It's really kind of creepy that he does it. And so what I've done here is I've given Joe Biden a hammer, and I've made the woman he's touching in that photo Kulve Taroth. So it's kind of a, it's kind of a parody. Firefree says, when it comes to the U.S. wall, it's an issue of value. Is that wall valuable enough for me to sink so many resources into it? Is my return good enough? Can I use that money elsewhere? Firefree, the answer overwhelmingly is yes, because there is a very, very heavy cost to absorbing millions of homeless people from another country. One of the falsest lies you've been told is that all of this immigration is a net gain for the United States. That is a lie. The truth is, when you absorb, I don't know, in May we absorbed 144,000 people over that border. They forced their way in. When you take 144,000 homeless people, even though it might be the right thing to do from a humanitarian perspective to take care of them, it is not a true argument to say that they are good for your economy. You've actually just spent a lot of money to help them. If they were so good for the economy, then Mexico wouldn't want them to leave. Does that make sense? So there you go. It's like not even complicated to break that argument apart. If they were really that good for the economy, Mexico, Honduras, and El Salvador would stop them from leaving. They're not good for the economy. Some of them are. And in the long run, I think after a long time, they might start to contribute, like their children and their grandchildren. But shocking your country with 144,000 people in one state, That's why on the border of America, those states have called an emergency crisis in those states. Skycy asks, does the mount take over to the second run, the attack run? No, it does not. It does not. Link, that man says, would you build a wall if you was him? Yeah, I'm for the border wall. I would actually. I think that the border wall is actually very financially viable. I think that one of the things that strongly changed my mind about the wall was when you had the immigrant, what do they call that? It's when a huge caravan, there we go. It's when the caravan full of about 7,000 people, 7,000 people in one caravan were coming over. And then I saw them on the news rushing the U.S. border and trying to tear the wall apart. When I saw that, I realized we needed a nice, big, strong wall, because no one should be allowed to do that to my country. That's ridiculous. That is absolutely ridiculous. No one should be allowed to rush my country and just force their way into the country. It doesn't mean that I don't want to help people. I think that the United States actually can take funds to help poor people all around the world, not just Mexico. It's just that you have to have a way to control who's coming in and who's leaving your country, because not everybody going into the country is what's right for the people who already live in that country. Also, you do have a certain amount of murder and rape that occurs, and drug related gang activity. So the other day, the news websites, they posted this picture. It was an actual gore picture. I was really shocked that they posted it, that showed a man face down in the water, and he had drowned trying to get into America illegally. And the news media, their argument was, oh my gosh, you should feel very bad that this happened. How could we let this happen? One of the things that the news media does not show you is when somebody who, maybe he's part of a gang and he's crossed the border easily because there's no barrier there, he just crossed over, and then he moves on to rape somebody or kill somebody. You don't see that dead body. You don't see the dead body of the person who was raped or who was murdered. You don't see that. So I was very frustrated by that, because those people are out there, they exist. You would only have to do a Google search and you would find the people who have been affected by the crime that comes from people forcing their way into your country. Death Angel says, you kicked me. Sorry, I didn't know the rule. I was Mizuko. No, I didn't mean to kick you, Death Angel. I'm so sorry. But I'm afraid those are the rules, Death Angel. I always talk about the rules at the beginning of the stream. You may not attack Kulve Taroth, and you're not supposed to use any crowd controls on Kulve Taroth in Stage 1. If you can get back in, I would be happy with that. I'm sorry that I kicked you, man. I always don't want to kick people precisely because I don't want to kick somebody who I'm talking to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah, we're full now. I'm sorry, man. I have to follow the rules, though. The rules are no attacking Kulve Taroth in Pursuit 1, and definitely you're not supposed to crowd control Kulve Taroth either. See you later, Skyzy. Chef's choice platter. Ming says, worst part yet, that storming we saw them wave Honduras and Mexican flags. These people aren't coming to immigrate. Yeah, I never understood that, Minx. You think if they wanted to win over the trust of the American people, they would perhaps wave the American flag with their flag? But they don't. They just wave the flag of their own country, and it's just kind of awkward. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's hard to explain. I feel like you guys know what I'm talking about. If you were accepting a whole bunch of immigrants from another country, and they were waving the flag of their country, it's like, well, if you love your country so much, why are you coming over here, right? Doesn't really make sense to me. You love your country, but you're coming into my country. It is a contradiction. A great analogy would be like if you try to get into a new relationship by talking about how much you loved your old relationship. Doesn't really make a lot of sense. You know what I mean? Doesn't really make sense. Not a smart move. Oberon says, what is your opinion of that crazy lady Democrat? Which one? He's talking about the last one, I'm sure. The one that says she'll fight Donald Trump with love. She's fun, is entertaining. She's not going to be president. Death Angel says, I'm going to take my Nargacugas back for that. Death Angel, I'm so sorry, man. I didn't know it was you. I just didn't. I guess maybe I should have tried to explain the rules before booting, but those are, I don't know, man. Those are just the rules. I've already been booting people out for breaking those rules. That's the problem here. I tell you what, we'll boot out somebody to make room for you. We'll boot Rena here, who's hunter rank 999. So there's very low chance he actually needs the weapons. Yeah, I'm sorry, man. Maybe if you contact me in the Discord, I know we've talked already in a private message. Next time I go live, I'll send you the session ID early. All right, we're waiting for these guys to come back. Crystal ball, mommy. I like the hard eyes emoji. I will fight you with love, and I will win that fight. Or whatever she said. I'll meet you on that battlefield. She was kind of crazy. Koa Vu says, so people can't love their home country and still try to have a better life in another one? You can love where you came from, but I mean, if you're coming into my country and you come into my country waving the flag of your country, it doesn't make sense. Kind of like what I just explained. It's kind of like trying to get into a relationship by talking about your ex. Does that make any sense to you? It doesn't make any sense to me. You talk about how great your ex is while you're trying to date this new person. How are they supposed to feel about it? Think about it. How are they supposed to feel about it? You can still have pride for where you came from. It's just, you get the idea. Who's your favorite boss in Monster Hunter? Nergigante. Matthias Palm says, will you be helping PC players anytime soon? We could do a stream on the PC sometime. I'll try to spread out between all the consoles as much as I can. Dude. We must have been done ahead of those guys by so much. Link that man says, make me admin, please. I don't think so, Link. There we go. Pursuit 4. Let's get started. Koa says, I get what you're saying. Okay, cool. Yeah, I get. It's not. It's not like a really complicated thing, in my opinion. It's kind of a straightforward thing. Link asks, "What's your favorite movie?" 12 Angry Men. I like that movie a lot. That movie always pops up in my head when people ask me that question. 12 Angry Men. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. All right, we got JV. JV was in our voice chat earlier today. Julito for Alive. Nico. Nico. And Dragneel RF. See you later, Death Angel. Like I said, Death Angel, next time I go live, maybe what I can do is I can send you the session ID early, and we'll get you in, okay? I do feel bad for getting you that boot. Mink says, relationship with Telsey and her Milkies are over now. Is all about Crystal Ball Mommy. Minx, that's why you're the moderator. It's all about Crystal Ball Mommy. Oberon Craig says, also, didn't the Democrats wanted to build a wall before Trump was in politics? That's absolutely right. For people who didn't know this, the Democrats used to be fiercely against illegal immigration, and it was actually the Republicans that were for illegal immigration, and they've flip-flopped. So some of the wall that already exists on the side, a lot of people don't know this, but there's already a border wall between Mexico and our southern border. It's just, it wasn't finished. That's it. So we already had a wall there because our politicians at time already agreed to build a wall, right? So that's the issue. And the Democrats didn't want a lot of illegal immigration because what would happen is a lot of the low-wage jobs, labor jobs from the working class people, there would be too much competition for those jobs, right? You might have heard the statement, they took our jobs or whatever. Right, so that was an issue for the Democrats in the past because they represented the working class of America. And now they're not like that. I don't know what made them change their mind. I strongly suspect what they want is to give citizenship to everyone who made it in, and then they expect those people to vote Democrat. That's what I suspect. I think they see it as an opportunity to have a whole bunch of votes. Oh, dang. There's like 3 people here. Oh, you fired that too early. Why would you fire that so early? Oh, man. Now we didn't break her horns, see? Yeah, you should have let Gameconomist fire it. I would have fired it after she stood up and then her horns would have broken. And we would have gotten her knocked down and we could have fired a whole second line of the cannonballs at her. Too early on that. Firefree says, lol, then Clinton did NAFTA and that went out the window. Is that when they changed? Is after NAFTA? I was wondering. Come on, Kulve. What you doing? Hey, there we go. Get this all powered up. Woo. Hey, there we go. Beating up Kulve. Link is saying, give me free copy, please. Free copy for me, please. Link, I gotta warn you, if you spam the chat, we will have to mute you, okay? So I don't recommend spamming. Firefree says NAFTA made outsourcing a thing in this country. Well, I mean, it was probably going to happen either way. Wouldn't you agree? I know what I know what you're saying, though. I hear you on that particular argument. Hopefully somebody's going to drop those boulders. I'm trusting them. Nope. Alright, that's okay. How's it going, Elias Moran? Thanks for joining the stream. Stan says, I identify as Democrat, but starting to be ashamed to say it. Like I said earlier, we need a third party of reality and cooperation. Well, you know, when it comes to the whole immigration thing, I think that it would be nice to be able to help them. I think also the Democrats would have done better if they acknowledged that we have $23 trillion of debt, and they explain how they afford to do something like pay for the health care of people who are illegal immigrants who have not paid into our system. You know, I feel like even a Democrat would kind of understand that. I think a Democrat would understand, look, we should have a social net, but you have to pay into the social net before you receive the benefits of it. If you think that we can just have it so that we just pay for the world's problems, I mean, I don't think that has anything to do with socialism or democratic socialism or whatever you want to call it. It's just bad money management, right? Think of it like this. Let's say you have a credit card debt of $23 trillion and your grandma has cancer, right? Because that's kind of how it is for the United States right now. You have a lot of people who are reaching their oldest years. They're going to need a lot of health care for cancer. And so you have $23 trillion of credit card debt and your grandma has cancer. And then you're trying to decide what to do for the future. And what you decide to do is pay for people from another country's health care when your grandma can't afford her cancer treatment. Somebody explain how that makes sense. Like, is your intention to go into $40 trillion of credit card debt? Is that your intention? And what happens when that credit card debt is so big, you can't pay the interest on it anymore? What actually happens then? Really bad stuff happens. So I feel like the Democrats, they want to look compassionate and they want to look, essentially, I feel like they were essentially pandering to Latinos in that first Democratic debate. I felt like it was a lot of pandering. But there's no realism behind their proposals. Like, how are you affording this? It just doesn't make sense to me. I don't know if you guys were listening to the debate really carefully, but Bernie Sanders actually admitted in the debate that in order to afford everything he's asking for, he would have to raise taxes on the middle class. So all this time, Bernie Sanders has been all about, kind of forcing the richest people in the country to pay their fair share. But the reality is the things he's proposing actually means taxing the middle class, because even if you taxed all the billionaires at a crazy rate, it wouldn't be enough money to pay for all the things he's proposing. So to me, it's just, I'm a person who does enjoy thinking about finances a lot, and it just doesn't make sense financially. Tom Goat says, I gotta go, but I'll be leaving the stream on for my dogs to watch. Thanks, Tom. Link said, sorry for the spam, I'm just broke. Spam's ready, not spam. Link's ready for that video game socialism. That's where you pay. Oh, JV. I'm sorry, JV. Did JV mount? Oh no, he didn't mount. JV says, don't worry, I won't. I paid. Oh my gosh. I think I might have tossed him into a mount there. All right. Where in the United States do you live? I live in the Midwest. I live in a state called Missouri. I live in Missouri. Rosa says, talking of living off the government, I'm pretty sure more than half of the people in the UK are living off of universal credit. Yes, and people talk about how successful that is, but here's something you guys didn't know. Europe's economy grew at 0.4% last year. America's economy grew at 4%, 10 times as much. So this argument that you should have more socialism or social welfare programs in your country, people have very anecdotal looks at whether that works or not. They say, well, it works for me, right? But you don't look at the bigger picture of how did it work out for your country. Growing at 4% versus 0.4% is a big deal. And I don't want to just be in the middle class. I want to actually be wealthy. I want to retire a millionaire. I want to leave a small inheritance to my children, right? I want to have all the nice things. And it's still possible to do that in some countries where there's a lot of upward mobility. But the problem is when the taxes on the middle class get higher and higher and higher, it is hard to ever become wealthy. You'll actually be trapped in the middle class. You won't actually have that upward mobility because you're busy paying for somebody else's gender studies degree. That's what actually happens. So a lot of people say, oh, but in Europe, we pay for their health insurance and blah, blah, blah. We pay for their college education. It's like, I actually believe that can work. That system can work. As long as there's not too many poor, incompetent people, that system can work. But if you're in a country where you do have too many people and the people there aren't particularly competent, it's not going to work that well. And then you raise the taxes on your middle class and it becomes very hard to become wealthy. You can be trapped in the middle class. Elias says, did he just ignore my $1 donation? No, I saw it, Elias. I said thank you. Did I? I thought I said thank you. I noticed it. He's like, he's got the noose and demonetized emoji. I need to update that demonetized emoji. Thornberry says, I am new to Monster Hunter and I've just got to Nergigante. Any advice for dual blades against him? Dodge all his moves. Yeah, if you dodge Nergigante's moves, it works very well. If you're having trouble with them, it's because you're not dodging his moves. Dodging his moves makes everything very easy. Be sure to have the Bond Ball on your Palico. It'll put him to sleep. That'll help, at least a little bit. And keep at it. You'll get it eventually. If you need to upgrade your armor, I would say the sign that you need to upgrade your armor is if Nergigante can kill you in 2 moves, then you don't have enough armor. So I would upgrade it. If you're only living for 2 hits, I would upgrade it. Did we already chip the horns on her? Nice. Horns are chipped. Good job. Oh, she should shed after this. Red Rex Rule says, gotta get 3 hours of sleep for my gender studies. I'm always ripping on gender studies. Whew. I'm always ripping on it. Somebody in my audience is probably in school for gender studies. They probably hate it when I say that. They're probably like, oh my god. Oh, they're probably not a fan of mine. Probably do not like to hear that. Senor Chicano says, what did I miss? We talked about Joe Biden and how he's going to win the presidential election. I'm feeling real confident about Joe. I really think he's got what it takes. How's it going, Adwin Beckles? Thanks for joining the stream. What are you doing, Kulve? Gameconomist, opinion on Nargacuga? I should have a really outrageous opinion. This is a very common question I get, is what my opinion is on Nargacuga. And I'm realizing if I just say she's fine, or he's fine, if I just say that, it's not exciting enough of an opinion. I need a really exciting opinion. Nice. Stan says, as a dual blade main, my advice for Nergi, roll and gram spikes. Boop. Booped her on a snoot. Alright, she's about to get enraged, which is why we ran back here. Oh, how did that not reach? Come on, Tail. Get some damage. Oh, that sucks. Sorry, JV. I think I might have smacked him. We got 1 life left, guys. Be careful. 1 life left. Oh, I'm going to be careful. Let's get this Temporal Mantle on. Be careful, everyone. Firefree says, that Nargacuga opinion will decide if this stream is monetized. Boop. Come here, Kulve. Boop. How did it already drop into blue sharpness? Kind of makes no sense to me. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Oberon says, overrated. Please don't die, anyone. We're so close. Tail broken. Tail broken. Go for the horns now, guys. Boop, boop, boop. That's a flinch. Oh, I can't believe that didn't reach. Oh, I'm missing these by... Oh, I'm missing these by a small amount. Ah, I hit her in the chest. That's the second flinch. Belly flop. Whoa, that hit me? Oh, snap. I did not actually mean to slide there. I am in danger of being one-shot. I'm okay. Are we having trouble getting damage out on her? We must be having trouble with damage. I'm a little concerned. Oh, no. Oh, everyone's okay. Oh, I'm not okay. Is she gonna pay attention to me? No. I don't want to get trapped behind this, though. Woo-wee! Boop! Oh, I didn't think her arm was going to hit me there. What is this? What? Oh, I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. I was like, where did this fire come from? It's from that move that she just used. Oh, and the horns are broken. Good job, everyone. Matthias says, is YouTube your full-time job? Yes, it is. Silent Wolfie says, TGC, gonna get the mount? Guess not. I thought she already was mounted earlier in stage 2, Silent Wolfie. Gameconomist has to card at some point. Oh, you're right. I haven't carded this whole time. I have not carded this whole time. Alright, guys. Well, what do you think? Is this a good time to wrap the stream up? We're roughly 2 hours and 36 minutes in. I'm thinking we could get that Tempered Kieran quest done, and then my character will officially be Hunter rank 50. That's what I'm thinking. I think that's when you unlock the augmentations, is it not? Augmentation time. Running and jumping. Boop. I don't think I counted it or carded at all this run. What do you guys think? Did I card at all? I don't think I did. Boop. Kieran time. That's right, Red Rick's rules. No armor run. Do a solo run first. Well, I would probably do fine in the solo run. Rosa says, go clap that pony. I can do it solo. I think that would be more exciting. Do you guys think that would be more exciting? We could do a solo. Why not? Look at that poison coat decoration. Man, I never wanted anything more than I wanted that poison decoration. Alright, let's see what rewards we get. Why, thank you, Hublass. I heard that Taroth Arrow Queen's not bad. We'll take that for now, just in case. Kiara Dagger Spark, that's a good one. Taroth Blitz Spread, I don't think that's actually used for anything. There's a second Thunder. Kiara Crest King, it's a Fire Lance. Taroth Magma, we already got 2 of those. Taroth Glaive Decay, Kiara Strong Arm King, we already got those. Alright, sell the rest of those. It is time to fight the pony, don't you guys think? Post new quest. And we will fight this pony by ourselves. We'll go to the northern camp. Matthias says, what did you do before you went YouTube full-time? I worked in IT for a bank. I worked for a company called Tech Systems, and they put me on contract with that bank. And while I was working for them, I was also working on YouTube. And what happened was YouTube actually started to be pretty successful for me. So I was like, you know what? I will try to do the YouTube thing. Ooh. We'll take Chef's Choice Platter. Kumar says, Iceborne Iceborne Poison meta, purple sharpness, and purple status equals massive alpha chadness. Hell yeah. Ich bin Alpha Man. Is that what that guy said? He wanted me to say beta. Hell no. Alpha. Bandit Mantle, we will go ahead and... Do I have Thunderproof? I do. Alright, Thunderproof Mantle should make this pretty easy. Time to beat up on a pony. Silent Wolfie's like, does he have Thunderproof Mantle? Man, I don't even need that Thunderproof Mantle. You know I'm going to defeat Kieran easily. What do we have in here? We'll take the first aid meds. Why not? We will probably wear the Temporal Mantle first. Oh, dang it. I didn't want this fur. How's my defense, by the way? Thunder is -5. That's good. Uh-oh. Oh, he didn't like that. Oh, Kieran. Time to get messed up, Kieran. Uh-oh. I actually jumped off. I didn't actually care to do the mounting game here. See if we can get Kieran to come back over here, though. Oh, that sucks. I actually jumped right into that. I messed that up. Kieran, hold still. There we go. There we go. Now we're getting the good damage. This is what we were waiting for, guys. Ah, he's just too far out, man. Boop. Good thing we got that temporal mantle. Temporal mantle still here. Oh, just as temporal mantle breaks too. How sad. Ah, I knew he was going to interrupt that. Come on. Where are you going? Oh my god, man. This guy's being the literal worst right now. Alright, we got our sharpening. Oh, that's going to be a big bang. Oh, we didn't get to finish that big bang. That's okay. We'll go over here. I suspect he's going to go crawling off to his nest after this. See how easy this is to do when you're by yourself using a hammer? Oops. Oopsie. Oh, oopsie. And he's going to crawl off. Whip. There you have it. Oberon says, Narga would lose to Anjanath in a fair fight. I think I agree with that. Anjanath is too slow. Rosa says, remember when everyone got stuck on Tempered Kieran? I thought it was funny since I completed him in the first try. Yeah, I actually do remember that. When the game first launched, people were so bad at Arch-Tempered Kieran. Took a long time for people to defeat him. People defeated him and it was like a big deal that they defeated him. Alright, we'll grab this Wedge Beetle. Easy cheese. Oh, we're ahead of him. Sweet. Did you see that? We got that nice free little hit in without causing a flinch on him. And what that means now is he's still going to go to sleep, but we got like a bonus 200 damage there. That's what that means. 1, 2, 3. Come here, Kieran. Oh, snap. Alright, we gotta be careful because we are blighted. God. He moves so much. I will accept this healing. Thank you very much, kitty cat. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, I'm dead. Alright, bye guys. I thought he was gonna charge at me and I was gonna get a sweet hit right on his face. But he's like, nah, I'm gonna snipe you from like 7 miles away with the paralysis. Oh no. So much for easy. So we'll go ahead and put on the glider mantle. I bet some of you still don't know about this trick. That's so sad. Also, I noticed I wanted to test something I've never been able to really test very well, and that's if you can attack a monster while they're going into the sleeping animation without flinching them. But you could see while Kieran was going to sleep that I clearly flinched him. So the flinch means that you don't want to go past the flinch limit before he falls asleep, because you'll just stop him from going to sleep. Alright, so check this out. We put on the glider mantle, and we just jump up here. Easy. Oh my god! Is he going to sleep again? That would be nice. Oh, sweet! This is going to be easy. Oh, this is too close? No, that was a good distance. Alright. Wow, we got a massive 60 damage there. Wow. I can't believe I was still in the hitbox for that. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna lose. Oh no. Oh no. Rest in pepperoni. Oh my gosh. I just performed another trouser trumpet. Oh dear. How do you grab the wedge beetles? With your slinger? By staring at them and pressing circle after aiming. Luckily, I still have this glider mantle on, so this should be so easy, everyone. As I was saying before, easy. Alright, while we're here, I promise you guys, we will win. We have the temporal mantle on. You can't lose when you're wearing the baby blanket, which is why people don't like the baby blanket. See, look at that. I would have died right there. But now I can't die. Because Capcom said, wouldn't it be nice if we gave them God mode? That way, even bad players like Gameconomist can feel good about themselves. Oh, he's dead. This is death for him. Yep. Boop. Alright, we got him. It was close, though. I messed up there at the end. Will you do Arch-Tempered Teostra on PlayStation 4 this week? Possibly. Man, everyone wants me to host a lobby, but I need time, man. I have 3 consoles I can play on, and all 3 of them want me to host. What do you guys think? I can just stream for 12 hours a day? What if I did stream for like 12 hours a day? That'd be crazy. That'd be way too much sitting. Maybe if I had like a standing desk. Alright, well, I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap the stream up there. I'm going to thank you all for watching, and I will see you guys next time.